So the Frostmoor Crows, episode 44, following last week's episode in which the companions fought a Medusa and came across evidence of the Stormazin. Dun, dun, dun. Perhaps you guys would like to tell us more. Let's begin with Hank.
All right. So we did try our best not to kill the Medusa, or we tried a little bit at least not to kill the Medusa, and that didn't work very well. So we ended up killing the Medusa, and then we were set upon by some statues that were frozen into the sides of the walls of where the Medusa was. They attacked Hank quite rudely. Actually, I was just like minding my own business, having a look, and they jumped out and stabbed me, but made quick work of them with my ice knife, which is pretty cool. And then Hank flew into Hawksmoor, had a look at the chamber adjacent to us, to the east, right, whatever right is in this situation, and found some gnarly looking beasts and also a lot of danger. So he quickly came back to the group. Right. Josiah, carry it on.
After that, we went and we had a quick rest, and we looked at the plane of fire, or another continent that seemed to be erupting in fire, off the side of Sidariel. Then after a nice rest, we went back in, quickly fought some more statues in the wall, living statues, and walked through to find what appeared to be a petrified giantess with a muzzle on, and which looked like it had a keyhole, which would fit the key that we found on the Medusa. And that's where we left off, I believe.
That's where you left off. So you are currently standing on the top ring of this location. Now, I have done a little bit of work. But I have not uploaded it. Okay, never mind. I will quickly do that now while you guys can talk about what you want to do. You're standing in this room. You're in this huge chamber. It must be 16 floors high or more. It feels enormous. And the pathway on the right-hand side winds its way down. It looks like it once was made of stone, but it might have collapsed. And so there's parts of it that are made of stone, and they seem to be holding up the parts that are now made of wood. Even the wood looks a bit dodgy, to be fair, going down. But you've got your trusty rope of climbing, which you've been utilizing fairly well over the time. And you are looking across at it. And the last I heard, somebody was talking about using it to get across to the shoulders of the statue, which is possible because that's about what you're adjacent to at this point. It would take some, serious balls of steel, some nerve to cross that chasm. Because if you were to fall from there, that would be certain death.
Okay.
Seems like a job for someone who's very dexterous.
Well, I mean, what would we aim to do once one of us is over there?
Key in the mouth.
Let's discuss the key in the mouth situation.
If you can just do that for 5 minutes, I'll set up a map for this whole thing.
Yeah, let's do that. So I'm kind of keen to put the key in the mouth.
I don't think it'll do anything. I think it'll just drop the muzzle off. It won't restore it.
Because it's frozen.
So I get that.
So
I was
then
thinking
there's no
we
harm
would.
Done.
Well,
and then we don't have to keep the key.
Yeah, but we could also, use one of the scrolls on it.
Well,
we have to if we want to take it out of stone, right? Because it looks like it had the petrified.
Yeah, but so.
That's just if we want to.
From what we can see, this is a follower, a priestess of Memnor, right?
Stormazin. Was that the cult of Memnor, Russell?
The tricky boy.
No,
Isn't it just a really big
think
the cult of Memnor and the cult of the Stormazin are opposed.
Right, and this woman looks like she's the Stormazin.
This woman does not look like Stormazin. She looks like the cult of Memnor. The rest of this place looks like Stormazin.
So she's a prisoner, is what I'm surmising, right?
All right. Okay.
So let's think about it. We remove that muzzle, it falls down to the bottom of the thing. We're not getting that back on anytime soon, right?
Yeah, true.
But we're in Memnor's good books.
Yay!
Which one's the good one? They both sound fine.
Memnor's a
Hang on.
nasty bastard. He's very tricky and serves no one but himself.
He sold out the
sure I would
giants.
know that.
He had them all killed by the
Dragons.
or the lich.
Yeah. No.
Dragon, was
I
it?
thought it was dragons. Yeah, I thought that he.
Dragons.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
these things also happened at different times. He wasn't so much involved with the lich thing, but that was a thing.
Okay.
Separate.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah. The giants. He sold them out to the giants as the short version.
I think.
Why don't we just poke around first?
Yeah,
You don't
well,
have
we
to
can
put
have a
the
look
key in
around.
the thing. Yeah, yet. But let's.
Why don't we try and see what we can find to give us an indication of who this person is?
Yeah,
This
and
is a
why
lot
she's
of-
been frozen.
This is a lot of stairs. So.
You've climbed more than these stairs before, Gamble. Don't be so lazy.
Okay.
I'm the lazy one here, and I say let's climb some stairs.
Well, we're going downstairs. We're descending.
Yeah,
How long is the
it's
rope?
Okay.
Harder on your knees, but easier on your muscles.
One moment, please.
Can we ask the Goliath with us if they know anything about it? Because I mean, it seems like this is part of their trial.
They don't seem to know anything about it. No.
Yeah.
Maybe this isn't part of it. Oh, incidentally, Hank, did those giant monsters? Did they look like they could fit through the tunnel?
Through the tunnel that we're currently in, or through the tunnel that they were perched in?
Either and or both.
I would assume that they could fit through the tunnel that they are in. Do you remember that, Russell?
Yep. You would say that they probably could follow you all the way here if necessary.
No idea.
Right. So yeah, I relay that to Gimbal. Yes, we are still in danger. Perhaps we should be a bit quieter.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm getting there, by the way.
All right.
No worries.
Okay.
Oh, I suppose I should get my dice ready.
Map layer. Now, I need some player tokens to copy onto this map.
Fried chicken.
Copy. And now
State.
Pasto. The fuck is that? Get rid of that. Should be on which layer? Yes, good. Okay, nearly there. All right.
Yeah, so
bring you guys over now. Here we go.
Yep. So, roll 20. Shit, I don't even my bloody roll 20 now.
Yeah.
Josiah's not standing on the edge, hanging out in the middle of nowhere. Hogsmoor.
No, this room is big.
I just fucked with Hogsmoor. Oops.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, okay. I see. Oh, that is precarious.
Okay. Then yes, let's not. I guess.
Wait, what's that?
Let's have a look.
I guess we can leave the giant thing there, right? I mean, I've got nothing I want to ask it. Although giants are good. There aren't many giants left.
Well,
Is it our duty to
Memnor
free it?
giants aren't great though, are they?
You incidentally, if I haven't explained this well enough, and it occurs to me maybe not, this giant is also covered in chains. The chains also have
Did say that.
like cement dust covering them, if you like, from the spell which you assume has turned this all to stone. The chains are all rooted in the base of this giant plinth that the whole thing's standing on, and at the back of that, as you move around to the first gap which you're going to have to cross, you can make perception checks, please.
Certainly.
So over to this one.
13 for Hank.
11.
3, 6.
I don't know what that is. Ah, 10.
Size 6, perception 10, Tricky Bob is 11. Okay,
There's a big giant. We're busy.
Rubbish. Okay.
We're preoccupied.
All right. So you're obviously preoccupied. And also, how scared are you guys of heights?
No, I'm good.
Probably have no experience with heights. So I imagine quiet.
I would have thought that dwarves deal with depths.
I guess depth is different from height, isn't it?
Remember the whole thing outside the cave where there was that chasm that we almost fell down? And Tricky almost fell down.
Yeah.
We handled that pretty well. I think we're okay.
Yeah, I reckon fine.
I'm going to roll for it, actually, because I have no idea what Hank's like.
Yeah,
so
that's a
I'm
good
going to
call.
say below 10. I'm going to roll a d20. Below 10. 10 and below, Hank is scared of heights.
Right.
That's 10. So Hank is scared of heights.
He's almost okay with him.
We can say that it's a mild fear of heights.
Yeah,
How's that
it's
sound?
not too bad.
Discomfort.
I can conquer it with sufficient motivation.
Right. And wisdom saving throws.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't we make a wisdom saving throw and see how Hank feels right now?
All right, let's do a wisdom
this
save.
particular height.
Wisdom save.
Can you use your own mage hand as a support for climbing?
No, because I only got 10 pounds of weight, and Hank's what, a good 220?
Although
Just to lean on.
debatably, right? Debatably, I'm not sure if that's a word. Anyway,
Debatably.
like, you know how your balance is better if you just put a finger on something?
Right. Yeah. That's
Could
what
be
I
like
mean.
that.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Could give
But
you
your finger's still supporting a lot of your weight.
No.
Through that touch.
It's just like a thing. Like it's
And plus,
it's
that
just,
mage
it's
hand
more
isn't
about
attached to you.
balance rather than
it can support up to 10 pounds of weight of yours,
But-
which
but it's
allows
not
you to
attached to
balance.
you.
and using my body as a fulcrum.
If it pushes
you know.
against you, Gimbal, it could. You could use it to push against you that you can lean on slightly.
Yeah,
call.
yeah. It could take 10 pounds. No, I'd say that would
It
give
would
me
be a
at least
very small modifier.
Just use the rope.
Okay.
I mean, use the
No,
rope. To
just
be
size
fair,
cut
the
the
rope
rope.
would be the easiest way to.
Yeah, but I want to do this. It's more fun. So I'm going to make a wisdom save. My wisdom saving throw is +1.
All right.
Can I use my mage hand to get like an extra +1?
On the wisdom save.
Yeah.
Not so much the wisdom save, but the dexterity check.
Oh, right. Okay. So I'll do the wisdom save first. Well, that's 16, so that's not too bad.
Yeah. Okay. With the 16, you're like, yeah, this is wide enough. I've got my friends here. If I needed to, I could get out the rope and just get it to lay along the side, and I could just hold the rope as I walk down the rope from knot to knot.
Yeah.
You could just do that and tuck yourself into the rope, and then flip the rope over to the next point.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And then head over like that.
That reassures me.
That reassures you the knowledge that you could do that. And you can do that if you want to, of course. Then you get to the first obstacle, which is essentially the wooded up section between the stone part of the steps down.
Is that this bit here?
Yeah, and where it turns to kind of crap at that point. And to be fair, what I haven't really drawn into this thing is like how this goes down many levels. So, that's just to give you an idea of the circumference of the space more than anything. So we're going to make athletics checks.
Yeah,
We're
nuts.
really going to try not to fail them because falling from this height is vastly unpleasant.
Can we use acrobatics instead?
Can we just use the long jump stats?
You want to make a long jump?
Yeah.
You can make a long jump.
Hang on. I can go. Let's have a look. I thought that would come up immediately. Aha!
What are you up to?
I'm just reading into jumping. The thing.
Bob, athletics 10.
Yep.
Oh, hang on. Before we go making wild leaps or whatever, why don't we tether each other with a rope?
Let's be
That
smart
way, if
about this.
one falls, we've
We
got the
all
weight
fall?
of 3 others. Well, maybe if Hank fell.
maybe I should be the
This
anchor.
canonically?
I should probably be the anchor. All right.
Well,
no,
I mean,
I think
Tricky
you're
Bob's probably heavy with her arm.
with armor.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I
We
mean,
send the
probably not that
Goliaths
heavy.
first.
Oh, yeah, the Goliaths.
Oh, that's kind of cruel.
No. But I mean, they can be great anchors for us.
They're brave
Yeah,
warriors.
they can
who
anchor
relish
both sides, in
challenge.
fact.
You can make 2 Goliath athletics checks, please. 1 for each Goliath.
Oh, I need the stat block again.
I'm going to give them
Yes.
advantage because they're bigger than you.
Warrior.
Are you getting the stat block up, James?
I think I had the other one, didn't I?
I gave you stat blocks for them, didn't I?
Yeah, so
Goliath
the warrior.
So it's plus 3 plus strength, right?
That sounds right.
He gets
But it's with advantage.
11.
But it's with
okay.
advantage.
Okay, another one.
I can long jump 13
13.
feet.
Damn.
13. Okay. Well, this Goliath, the second. Sorry, which one? This is the first one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So Tricky Bob, your Goliath. I can't remember their name. You might have it. In any case,
Bing bong.
he jumps across to the other side, missing the actual the place that he wanted to land, and scrambles on the edge, and is now trying to get up off the edge. And needs to make another check. You can see from where you are that his stone cold facade is not crumbling, but there's winces of fear and panic underneath the surface of his
Oh crap!
facade.
He got 22 now.
22. He clambers back up and stands up on the other side, raises his hands like a champion.
Good for him. I'm proud of him.
The second
He's a
one
big kid now.
comes for a run up. Josiah, can you make
She got
it?
6.
She got 6.
Yeah.
That's with
In total.
advantage.
Oh no, that wasn't an advantage. Sorry. Hang on.
Don't do that, man.
Let's roll the second one. She got 7.
Oh God! What?
Okay, so she's kind of does a bit like what the other guy did, and gets to the other side, but is sliding off the edge. He's already there, so he goes to catch her. So Tricky Bob, can you make an athletics check for him, please, to see if he can try and save her?
Jeepers.
17.
Yeah, he grabs her hand, and he pulls her up and out of that chasm, back up onto the other side. The pair of them have now survived and made it.
Good job.
I'm a little bit disappointed, to be honest with you. I want to. Right then,
I'm gonna hoof the rope of climbing over to them,
Okay.
and I'm gonna stuck the rope to bind itself around me. Well, can it do that?
No. You could point it to your belt and say attach.
Yeah, there we go.
You know.
God, I hope this belt holds.
Right.
Remember you tried that with Cinedyne.
Well, I mean, that was instructing it to kill. Like maybe it's more of a passive.
No, it can only lock onto a location. Yeah. That's the only thing it can do.
Okay.
Besides knots.
Yep. Okay, and I'm gonna try and do the jump.
Okay, so you've got so you're using the rope and you're doing the jump.
And the Goliaths are holding the rope on the other end.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, you don't want to just magically lock the rope on the other end?
What fun would that be? If I fall, they can hold.
Then it's
on
just
to
a
me.
rope. It's not a magic rope. We're just using it as a normal rope. That's fine too. That's fine too.
Maybe the rope needs a little bit of a break.
No, we don't want to give the rope a break.
Do you need the rope
hold.
to have a break? We can arrange for that.
Okay. What am I rolling?
You are making an athletics check. You can have advantage because of the rope and the Goliaths assisting you.
9.
Oh come on, man!
That was
Nice.
with advantage.
2 out of 6. That's
Again, you're the third creature to leap across here and not quite make it to the other side. The rope, it seems, was a little bit short. Or at least not in the right place. There's a bit of an outcrop where you weren't expecting, and you didn't want to land on it and get spiked. So thus, you're in a bit of a fumbly place around the edge of the fall off. And one of the Goliath comes forward to try and assist you. You can make an athletics check for the Goliath.
Okay. 20.
What was her name again?
Apollo gets a 9.
Impala. 9. Bugger. Her hand's slipping out of your hands. I'm assuming it's because your character is sweating.
Probably.
Can I leap over?
You're gonna make a leap,
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget, I'm still held in place by the rope that they're holding.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not falling yet.
No, I'm restrained.
Gimbal,
Yeah.
you're gonna make a leap.
Yep.
This is a long jump leap.
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure? Because are you prepared to die if you fail?
Wait, what? What's wrong with long jump? Isn't that good? Covers the gap.
Well, if you
You've
fail,
still got to
What?
land. Like you got to think about the precision it takes to land, right?
And how'd everyone else get over? What kind of jumping was that?
athletics.
It's athletics.
Oh, well, I'll do that.
Well, are you sure you don't want to allow me to be pulled up and then try the rope method that worked so well for me?
The only thing about long jump is that you won't get advantage on the check.
Wasn't planning to anyway. I was just going to jump.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go for it. It's fine.
All right.
What's the worst that could happen?
Go ahead,
Yes.
Gimbal.
10.
I got faith in you.
A 10. Okay. Well, you kind of smack into the side on the other side, and everyone's scrambling to try and grab you. Maria, can you make an athletics check for your Goliath, please?
Oh, my Goliath.
Yeah. And if you can give me his name in 5 seconds, I'll give you inspiration.
Bartholomew.
No.
You lied.
That's his Moradin name.
That's
Yeah.
negative inspiration.
Ingwas.
Oh, no, okay, Goliath.
Ingwas. It was
Uh,
Ingwas.
Ingwas? Okay, well, he rolled a
A 2.
solid 5. No, because it gets +3, so it's 5.
Oh,
Okay.
5. Okay, and that's to stop
Jesus.
Gimbal from falling.
Yeah.
Gimbal, you're
My
slipping.
God.
You need to make another athletics check to hold on.
Well, these dice are really good. So, oh, there we go. Okay, 21.
Nice.
Okay, you're holding on. You found a spot where you can actually hold on and not slip. There's a foothold here, but you're like 10 feet down from the actual surface that you want to be on.
Oh, good. I'll shut up. I hate this.
Can you make a perception check?
These dice are awful.
Mm.
My goodness.
23.
So from where you are, 2 things. First of all, you look up and you can see the giant's face, and one of its eyes opens,
Oh,
and
Oh.
a bunch of dust
What?
comes off where it is, and its eye turns to you, and she looks at you. She doesn't say anything. She hardly moves.
if I stay perfectly still, she can't see me.
All right. The other thing, that's a cool story. The other thing that happens is that you see something slithering along the walls, amongst the huge roots and tree branches and other things that are breaking through the walls of this place. As you go down, you realize that there's a whole ecosystem that's broken in here from the outside and is living in here, along with a certain amount of fungus hanging underneath these walkways that you're on. But trees and things literally breaking through and overhanging with branches and splintering out from the walls. And something slithers through there. You see this shining of scales on a curve.
Is it slithering towards us, or is it just slithering? Is this way down? It's down below?
Yeah,
Where's
this
this
is underneath where they are, and it's slithering towards you.
All right. Well, how big is my platform
Well, it's big enough to hold on to if you've got 3 limbs attached to it.
to hold on to? Okay, so I can't stand on this thing.
No.
Uh,
You can try climbing up. Now, just before we get to that, Josiah, you were in the midst of something.
Yeah, I'm like precariously hanging on a tether, I think.
Right. Okay. So you're trying to get up onto the surface too at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're holding onto the rope of climbing, though, right?
I've got the rope tied around my belt, and the Goliath are fumbling with the rope on the other end.
Right. So the Goliath are pulling that rope in. Maria, are you there? Are you able to make a check for your
No, I
Goliath?
haven't gone
An athletics check.
through on the other side yet, but my Goliath
No,
has.
but your Goliath has, yeah.
15. 16.
16. Okay, so the Goliath pull you in on the rope of climbing, Josiah.
Yay.
So you are now up onto the next.
Okay.
Tricky. Oh.
That leaves
I'm gonna-
Tricky Bob.
Untie myself and descend the rope down to Gimbal.
Okay.
Thank
can
you.
do that.
Yeah. And also instruct the rope to not.
To not.
Yeah, to not. K-N-O-T.
not.
To not help me.
To not.
Yeah, not help. Yeah.
To not
Don't
help.
allow him
Can
to
you
get
just
up there.
not?
Can you not? All right. The rope knots up, and you've thrown it down to Gimbal, right?
Yep.
Gimbal, as your the rope falls down next to you, and you see it go and knot up next to you. Do you grab onto it and start climbing immediately?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yeah. 18.
18. Okay. You feel the air behind you move as you get onto the rope and you start moving up. And as you look down, you see something that's kind of like a serpentine head snap out from the wall at where you were, narrowly missing you as you leap up to the next level and pull the rope up behind you.
Okay. I think I'm all sweaty and nervous now. Okay. And I point up at the giant's eye, if anyone else can see it.
Okay. Everybody else. Well, from your location up there, it's actually a little bit harder to see.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Well, all right. Is that
due to
that
artwork.
serpent snake thing? Snake monster, everybody.
It's a snake monster.
Down there.
Snake monster. Oh, golly goodness.
Where's the safe spot on this platform? I would like to move over here-ish. We need Tricky over here too. Tricky, hurry up.
Can I do my athletics?
Would you like the rope?
Athletics?
Yes.
Oh, hey. The roll 20
Yeah.
is showing D&D Beyond dice rolls. That's pretty cool.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah, have a look. At least I think so, unless somebody's been rolling in roll 20.
Where do you see
Josiah's,
the?
yeah.
So
We'll
on
do
the
a roll.
sidebar,
Just do a roll and see.
on the sidebar to the left, go to chat.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe that's old. Maybe they're old.
Yeah, I don't see it.
No,
I don't think I've got any.
Those are old rolls.
Maybe they are.
You can get it to do it. There is a thing to do it. I don't know how to do it either. We could do some research into that, and it would be cool to make it work.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, that'd be the wrong campaign that I'm trying to run that encounter in. Oopsie daisy. Let's do that in the Frostmoor Crows so that we have the right characters involved in the combat, if indeed there is any combat. Now let's save that and see how that works. Come on, D&D Beyond, be good to me. Yes, all right, let's roll some initiative dice, please, everybody.
Oh, not bad. Flaccid 20 from Hank.
A flaccid 20 from Hank.
Oh wait, no. Sorry, I'm going. I'm going to do initiative in D&D Beyond for you.
Tricky, you've done it again.
0.
Wow, how?
Amazing.
Man, that sucks.
Well, at least if that's where my ones are going, I'm happy with that.
That's true.
Yeah,
and you can always.
It can be advantageous, actually.
And given that you're the healer, actually, it's kind of useful to be at the end of the round.
Yeah.
In some ways, that's if you want to waste
a lot of pressure going first as well.
Waste all your spells healing. You could be smashing
strategic.
things. Okay. Excellent. So at this point, nothing has happened. We're just rolling initiative. Okay. So you're on the platform, and you're on the other side.
Well, Hank and Tricky aren't yet.
No.
Oh, Hank and Tricky are not there yet.
No.
That's true. Okay.
Hank not there?
Who's next? I thought Hank had made
I
it.
rolled my athletics check and I got a 22 if we're going advantage, but I don't know if I am.
Hank rolled.
Well, if you use the rope of climbing, you will get advantage.
Yep, yeah, I think I was going to use the rope.
Okay, then you can cross.
Yay.
Hank rolled to make sure that he wasn't scared.
That's right. That's right. Hank's at a 16 with not being scared.
Yeah,
that's right. Okay, cool. So Hank, you can make it up to the precipice, and you're at that point. Now it's a matter of making. I think you probably have to make another check now that you're at the edge of the precipice and you can see the gap you have to jump.
I think also, I was going to suggest doing a check as well, just because everyone had done so poorly.
Right. Right.
That's probably affected my chutzpah.
Your confidence would be lower
Yeah.
when you see a couple of Goliath fail that.
Yeah.
Right, and
Exactly.
then the rest of your party fails it too. Yeah, fair call.
Exactly. Right. So I'll do a wisdom save.
Yeah.
It's a 12.
It's a 12. That's total?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's moving forward, but you could stay here. They don't really need you that much. You could, and if the giant gets out, you could attack it from up here. That's a great thing. Can you make a perception check, please, Hank?
All right. Hey, guys, how necessary is it, do you think, that I come with you down the bottom? Perception is 20, Placid.
Gimbal says there's a...
How do you stay up here with the key to open the mouth?
And the snake monster.
Snake monster.
And Hank, at that
What's
point,
next?
you can hear something from far behind you that sounds like...
Okay, I pivot around and I have a look behind me.
Well, behind you is the ramp that goes up to the steps to where you came from, and the tunnel that leads back to the chamber with the stone cursed, and the other chamber with the couple of manticores. Oh, did I say there were manticores?
I think we all knew.
I wasn't sure if they were manticores like chimeras, actually. I was kind of on the fence about that, but whatever.
Yeah. And if you were to guess what a manticore sounded like, it probably sounded like that.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
I'll say, Hank, the falling death is much quicker.
Yep.
You remember
that's
what
a motivator.
What you saw of the manticore that was the closest to the owl that you were looking through, and the teeth and the claws and the spines, and yeah.
All right. So can I call that proper motivation?
That's enough motivation to make another wisdom saving throw.
All right, let's do that then. Don't fail me now. That's a 17.
That you like, yeah, I think I can go. I can do this.
All right, cool. So now I need to make an acrobatics check.
Yeah.
Or athletics, wasn't it?
Well, whichever works best for you. I think that these types of things, you can find different ways of doing it. You can brute force certain things, and you can dex certain things,
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm definitely more of a acrobatics guy, so I'll try and dance across.
Acrobats across the thing.
Yeah. All right, so that's +4. And do I get advantage because I'll be trying to use the rope, or
you are using the rope, so you get advantage?
All right. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Cool.
Right, but
so that's 19. Oh, you know what? I might get a. Wait, that's 22.
22. Okay. Well,
22.
You find a spot on the wall to look at ahead of you, and you go for it, and you just cross that rope.
All right, cool. What if I I sort of take a little run, and then I touch the rope, and then use it to jump from the wall onto the other side, like parkour.
To be honest, my feelings are that it might be something along the lines of putting your feet against the wall and walking across the wall while holding the rope.
Yeah, okay.
More honestly.
All right. Yeah.
And then you get to the other side and everybody pulls you up from there. And
all right. Yeah.
Helps you to the other side.
That sounds more realistic. Let's go with that.
But in Hank's mind, he remembers it.
Yeah. He did a cartwheel over the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
He is pretty acrobatic, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get to the other side and you begin the next descent. And as you do that, who's at the front? Who's at the back? What's your marching order, so to speak?
Hank's probably gonna. Oh, sorry. I'd say Hank probably wants to be closer to the front, if not at the front, just because I'm scared of. I've seen what's behind us.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Who's at the front then? Besides Hank.
I'll go.
The Goliaths?
You can go 2 across. The Goliaths step back and they say, "Your test."
Hang on a second. Tess didn't say anything about this at this point.
Well, the test didn't say anything about anything.
I mean, it's funny that they decided to make that weird jump and then go, no, this is enough for us.
Yeah.
But
This is a test of our leadership.
You know what, guys?
You will help.
You do you. Well, we'll take it from here.
I suppose
they step back. Currently, they're both standing with their backs to the walls and their spears in one hand each. And
you just make sure nothing follows us down.
They nod.
Yeah. That's right. Saved you from stone, remember? All right. I'll go behind Hank.
Well, we can go 2 by 2 though, right?
I'll go behind Hank.
Right. So you're right behind Hank. Okay, Gimbal, where are you in the marching order?
As in, we're still going further down now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll stay back with Tricky.
Okay.
I'll try out. I'll have this bow, that weird bow in my hands.
Hogsmoor's going to perch on my shoulder.
All right. Okay, so as you're going down, Hank, can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
All right. Hang on. Yeah, sweet. Fuck. Would have been way better, but it is a 14.
A 14. Okay.
Yeah. I rolled really poorly. It's just I have good dex.
Okay, 1 second. Now, what did you say it was? A 14?
14.
Okay, you step back just as you see something flicking out of the side of your corner of your eye on your left-hand side where the drop is. It's something flicking up and over like a whip coming over the top of the platform that you're standing on from your left, and slashing down right in front of you, and you just step back as it whips down and strikes the stone in front of you, crumbling away a whole section. And about a foot worth of stone is just destroyed.
Jinkies.
And you stop, and this dust bursts up in front of you for a moment.
Right.
There's a 1 foot gap.
Flapperoo, right. Okie doke. Can I'd like to cast, is there like a gap in the wall, did you say?
In the floor.
In the floor, okay.
Yeah, there's a 1 foot gap in the floor from where the whip smashed down on top of it and basically took away a foot of floor in front of you.
Can we see where that whip came from?
Underneath the floor.
Can we peer over the ledge?
If you want to hang over a 16-floor hole.
No, I don't want to do that.
I can. Here, just hold me up for a sec. Oh, actually,
yeah,
I can't hold.
I'll grab your belt if you want to lean over it. But
no, I'm going to send Hogsmoor. Screw that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I'll prop you up.
All right. Yeah. So I'd like to enter Hogsmoor's eyes.
Okay.
And get her to do a wheel around and have a look at what's underneath us.
Okay. Hogsmoor flies off. And underneath you, what you can see is a large, giant, like a boa constrictor snake, hanging in a tree.
Oh wow! Okay.
And it has 2 heads.
Hey. All right.
There, yeah.
Okay. And this is just a 1 foot block of concrete that's gone missing, right?
Yep.
So we can like skip over it. It's just we have to avoid this damn snake.
Yes.
Okay.
And it seems to be you kind of get the impression that it's not just obviously like a normal boa constrictor. It seems to have colorful magical embellishments in its pattern.
What's the boa constrictor like, wrapped around or hanging off, or
branches on a tree that's sticking out through a crack in the wall with all of its roots kind of half in and half out of the wall, hanging off, as if it was yeah, you know what I'm getting at.
Let's set the tree on fire.
Yeah, I was about to say, can you set that tree on fire?
If somebody gives me a source of fire, I can control flames down to it probably. Hang on, let me just see within range, fits within non-heat. Expand the flame. Is it within 5 feet? Could I get within 5 feet of this tree?
If you were to hang over the side of the thing upside down by a rope or something.
Ooh. Okay. That's precarious.
What if we leave the snake?
Well, it looks like it's gonna attack us if we try and get past it. What if
Yeah.
we drop a flame, like a torch? Oh, no, you need to be within 5 feet of you to do it. Right.
How about I fog cloud so that it
Yeah.
can't see?
But then we won't be able to see.
A fog cloud beneath us so that
Oh.
we can see still.
That sounds like a plan.
I don't get it. Fog cloud beneath us.
Yeah.
That's where the snake is. So fog cloud the snake.
Oh, okay. Sure. Why not?
Okay. So you were going to cast fog cloud around where you are and over the side, basically.
So, like,
Underneath
kind of
us.
beneath us. So it's a 20-foot radius within the range of 120 feet. So I'll cast a fog cloud like underneath the steps, so that it doesn't block our view. Like maybe it goes up to like waist height on us,
Right.
so we can still kind of see and we know where the gap is, and we just jump over it. The snake can't see shit. Oh, it can still feel vibrations.
Hank, are you still in Hogsmoor at the moment or not?
Yes, I am still in Frostmoor.
Do you make another perception check?
Sure. That's with advantage. So that is 14.
14.
Yeah, well, sorry, actually. If she's rolled with advantage, but only if it's to do with her sight or her hearing. So whatever you're going to say
That's
next.
fine. It's sight. It's sight.
Okay. Cool, yeah.
So what she then sees, she does a full circle of the statue,
Yeah.
perhaps, and comes back around again. And
Yeah.
as she does, she sees this snake with these two heads, kind of transform and you see that it's in fact two snakes wrapped around each other, and they move up on each other, and then they transform back into one again.
Right. Okay. That's gross.
Mm.
Cool. Well, I'm going to snap out of Hogsmoor,
Okay.
and I'm going to relay this information to everyone.
All
Say,
right.
hey, there's a shape-shifting snake. It's either 2 or 1. It can change between the two so far. That's what I know. I'm not sure if it can change into anything else either, but yeah, that's what we're up against, fellas and ladies.
I can send the bird to attack it, distract it while we jump over.
No, Hogsmoor can't attack.
Not your bird,
No.
my bird.
All right. Yeah, I could also create a distraction with my silent image.
I mean, do you want to? You might not get your bird back, Gimbal.
That's fine.
You're being quite like nonchalant about throwing these things right into the
Yeah.
fray recently.
It's fine. They like it.
If
And
you're
it'll
fine
probably
with it.
live. Yeah, it's fine.
So bird engages. We jump over the small gap.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
We'll do that.
Okay.
We'll time it. All right. So I'll have it ready to do a flyby. And then it'll
Gimbal.
attack as we jump. Yes.
All right. What's going through Gimbal's mind right now?
That's a great question. What is going through Gil's mind right now? Disconnection with his buddy. His buddy's dead, so he just keeps resummoning these other ones that aren't the same.
Right.
Or at least he doesn't think they're the same.
Grieving for Momo.
And Cave just keeps going. He doesn't like giants that much. And the eyeball thing. So now he's tossed up between I could shoot the eyeball, I could just jump over this gap. Hate that snake. Frustration. Say generally frustrated.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Josiah.
Hello.
What's going through Josiah's mind right now?
I'm just perplexed to what the actual trial we're doing is. It can't be to release this giant, isn't? Because people in the past have done this trial, so there's got to be more to this than what we've done. But then, has anyone succeeded in the trial? They didn't really tell us. We've delivered the stones. Guess I'm just perplexed to what we're actually doing.
Okay. Fair enough. Hank?
Hank's got the willies, so he's probably not focusing on. He's not thinking about the situation so much as trying to take it one step at a time.
Right.
Yeah, because he's scared of the snake. He's scared of the heights.
Scared of the
he's
Manticore.
scared in general, So yeah, he's just trying to keep it together.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And Tricky Bob, what are you thinking at the moment?
I think she'd be quite concerned about the giant itself, because I think she knows a bit about the followers of Meow.
Memnor.
Mimno.
Meow meow. That's what it's this
Meow, meow.
Mizornor and
So she's worried that we might actually awaken some sort of ancient cleric that's going to cause quite a bit of torment.
some sort of wrath.
Yeah, so I think she's quite nervous, and I think she's preparing an alternative strategy if that's the case.
All right, fair enough. Okay, very good. And so you're moving down the stairs further forward. Are you still in the current same marching order? Does that switch at all?
Same
Yeah.
one. Did we get past the little gap with the snake?
You just jump over that gap.
All right.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Oh god, I thought we would get attacked. Okay, cool.
You just step past it.
I don't cast fog cloud. Can I cast fog cloud on the head of the giant?
On the head of the giant?
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's. I mean, up to whatever range it is.
120 feet.
Is that from you, 20 feet from you, or is that the size of the fog cloud?
It's 100. It can go up to 120 feet from me,
Right.
and then at that point it's 20 foot. It's like radius.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, you can do that. You put it basically right on her face. Is that?
Yep.
What
Yeah, where the eye broke off. Just it's like nope.
Okay. How long does it last?
It's a concentration spell that lasts up to an hour.
Okay. Very well. Very well. Okay. So you do that. You continue to move forward, and about halfway down the stairs, you get to the point where you're now under the point where you think the snake should be. Would have been.
So the snake's above us.
You're guessing so now. I mean, you go all the way around the chamber.
Right.
And circle back now. And you're now looking at the tree that the snake was wrapped up in, Hank.
It's no longer there.
And you don't see it right now. You can make perception checks.
Oh, make a perception check. Excuse me. That is 12.
14.
That's 12, 14.
8.
5.
Damn.
I'd like to just shoot at the tree.
All right. You shoot at the tree. Make a to hit roll, please.
Set your arrow on fire before you do it.
Nope, just shooting it. 24 to hit.
That hits. Would you like to do some damage?
Yes.
Shit.
7.
7. 7 points of damage. Okay. I'll take that under advisement.
So did the arrow like hit the tree?
Yeah, it sticks into the tree.
Oh, okay.
You notice deep green sap come out of it, ooze to the surface of the bark, and a large, slow, slimy drop of sap slides out, dripping, and then drops onto the floor in front of you.
Gimbal,
I'm
I'm no arborist, but is that normal?
Let's go poke it.
I think Hank would probably have some sort of knowledge of that, right?
Gimbal's a ranger. He loves trees.
Oh, true. Yeah, you're right. Nature as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Hank, you're more of a city boy, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but
Well,
you know,
sap's a
spent my
thing.
days in an apothecary.
All right.
That's dried plants, man.
So how
like-
close
Not
to
all
you?
of them are dry.
Now that was a longbow shot, right? At what range? You can choose the range.
Well, it would have been close enough that I can do a perception check. And if is it dark in here? Is this dark vision?
There is actually light coming through from the ceiling.
I've also got later bar out.
Okay.
Where there's cracks in the ceiling, there's a few bits of cracks of light. It's not very much light. They're very
Okay, we'll say
angled
90?
shafts of purple light. What did you say?
90 feet. Say
90 feet. Okay, so that's still
That goes
within.
from 90 foot.
Okay,
Oh, am I dying? What's my internet gone? Hello, testing.
check. You can hear you.
Oh, good.
You can see
Okay.
you. You're good.
Cool.
You're good. So what do you do, Gimbal?
I'd like to go forward and then I'll lean down and dip. I don't know. Do I have a knife or something I can dip into the sap?
Okay. Gimbal, everyone can make a perception check at that point.
9.
Oh, 6. My God.
23.
23.
Yay.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Okay, you're literally looking in the exact opposite direction, I think, Hank.
Yeah.
Behind you and up above you and what have you. So you're not going to notice any of what is about to unfold. What you alone notice, Gimbal, is this serpent begin to uncoil from above you very slowly, and it becomes translucent as it does. And it has a magical sparkle about it as it's doing this.
As it does, I was just like, under my breath, I just go, oh.
And from as it does this, it flops down in front of you, and as it does that, it turns itself inside out, and you find yourself standing in front of a young elven girl. She's about.
Oh. Hello there.
She looks like a little girl.
A little
None of
girl.
us noticed this.
Huh?
Never mind then.
None of us noticed this little girl.
Okay.
Gimbal sees it first, I think.
Well, the thing is,
I don't see it at all.
Gimbal has seen it first, and everybody else is either looking up or looking elsewhere. It somehow hasn't noticed this, and it may be that it's in his mind. I mean,
Oh.
sure.
Could be. Yeah, no, I'll just be, hello there. Little,
She is illuminating holy radiant light.
can I see a hole where did the arrow hit her?
Didn't seem to have.
Oh, good. Okay, well, that's good. Do you speak Elvish?
She says into your mind, I speak everything.
Oh.
Seeing as Gimbal has spoken to her, have we noticed her now?
Have you noticed her now? What did you roll for your perception check?
I think I got like a 6.
I don't think you have noticed her. I think
No,
that
no.
she has a kind of a field of like an event horizon at which you can't see her.
Alright, well, okay. I'll say, well,
And maybe we just think Gimbal's muttering to himself.
Mm.
Yeah.
you did just lash out at me before. That was a bit rude.
Lash out at you.
Yes, you attacked me while I was climbing.
Forgive me. You startled us.
Us.
No one has been here for so long.
And why are you here? I'm Gimbal, by the way. What's your name?
There is no word in your language that will encompass my name.
I'm gonna call you Trish. So, why are you here?
I have been appointed as a guardian. And she puts a hand in the direction of the giant, and she says, this is the giant Unglamor.
Right.
Can you make a history check?
Yeah, but I won't know anything. All right. Oh, I can't even see what that was. 5.
Yeah.
Some kind of giant.
Some kind of giant business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you? Well, I thought you should be aware. Its eye did just look at me.
Perhaps it affected your mind.
Oh. Okay. Well, you should meet my friends. And I'll turn around and wave everyone over.
At that point, the event horizon vanishes, and you guys can all see this little girl radiant, holy light from within her.
Just Aya yelps.
She's got a hood up on her head too, by the way.
Can we tell it's an elf even with a hood, or
you can see her ears poking up
okay,
against the hood.
that could be a gnome then as well, right?
Could be a gnome, true, but she looks like she's got elven body type, limbs and such.
Gracile.
There's a word for this? Physiology phenomenon.
Yeah,
no.
I think
Physiology
physiology.
sounds
Yeah,
about right,
physiology.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh,
And she looks up at you as you
your
approach.
friend Gimbal.
This is Trish. She she doesn't have a name. I just gave her a name. And she's a giant snake that guards the giant. And I need a moment. And so I'm gonna walk away for a little bit and just and turn the fog cloud off and just look up at the giant.
Okay.
The giant face.
Okay. It seems to be still stone.
Both the eyes?
Both eyes.
Okay. I'll just take a deep breath. Okay.
What
Yeah,
are
no.
you? What are you doing around these parts, little lady?
She says, I am a celestial being sent here from the celestials of... let me start that again. I'm going to start that whole sentence again. She says, I've been sent here from Mount Celestia to protect this one. She turns. This is Unglamor.
The giantess?
Yes. You can make a history check, everybody.
History.
3. Oh my god.
Check.
Yeah.
We are
This is
rolling
ridiculous.
hot.
Yeah.
Tricky Bob, I'm going to give you advantage because dwarven connections to giants.
9.
Another 9.
Fuck.
Wow, you guys are the most ignorant bunch of hicks.
We
Today
had a
we are,
long
yeah.
day. We're stressed.
I think that must be it.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
It's like a sensory overload here.
I think at some point, we're just going to start giving
look
0
over and
bucks
say-
and then start rolling 20s because we're just over it. You know?
Right.
Can I ask her if the giant monsters in the other room are also guardians?
The giant monsters in the other room.
Yes, the dog, bear, lions. Hank saw
I did
them.
describe them. Yeah, I described them to everyone.
You're talking about the manticores?
Yeah,
Yes, but I'm not going to say that.
Right.
because we don't know
Dog,
that.
bear, lion.
She says she
With
does
feathers.
She responds that the manticores
Oh,
are guardians to make sure that anyone who comes here for this test is fit enough.
Can we go into this test a little more?
Are
Obviously
you
we
ready
don't
for
want.
your test, Gimbal Moonbrook?
But ready is a strong word. The details of the test. Do we have to fight you, or are we friends?
You do not need to fight me.
Oh,
We need
good.
to fight anyone.
Should we leave him alone?
Allow me to describe the test. Perhaps that will help.
Yes, please.
yes, please.
You are to choose whether or not you wish to use the key that you have discovered. If you use the key, you will have access to Unglamor's words. From there, you will decide whether or not you think 20,000 years of imprisonment has changed her to a zealous, righteous Stormazin cleric, or if she maintains her evil ways. You must first know that you are dealing with the daughter of Memnor.
Dun, dun, dun. All right.
How long will the shackles hold? For eternity?
For eternity. Unless
Trish.
we are to release them on this day.
Young lady. Trish, was it? And
She turns to you.
Hank shoots like a nervous glance towards Gimbal. What can you tell me about this here sap? And he points to the floor. That doesn't look like normal tree sap.
The tree's massive branch bows down in front of you, and you realize this entire tree is alive. It
I pull my arrow out.
down the wall. And you realize that she seems to have some kind of bond or control of it. Out of
Right.
game, it's a fucking tree blight.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, jolly good.
Oddly enough,
Yeah.
a tree blight in the under the control of what turns out to be a celestial.
Blight's such a
Yeah.
harsh word.
It is.
Yeah.
Is there anything at the end of this this passageway that we should be aware of? This down the bottom,
Where you
at the
continue
foot of
now.
this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Depending on the outcome of your test.
Where do we go to listen to the giantess? Do we pop back up the top, or do we go down the bottom? Just
That is your decision, my friend.
Hmm.
Well, I'm
Right.
ready.
Yeah. Should we ask this Unglamor? Should we ask this Unglamor if she's contrite?
Don't you think it's we might be releasing something very evil if we
We're
do?
not releasing her chain.
We
We're
don't
releasing
know.
her
She
muzzle,
might be
right?
good. She might be reformed.
I don't think a daughter of Myanmar is
Mhm.
going to be. I don't think a daughter of Myanmar is necessarily going to be good.
Myanmar.
If anything, I'd say she probably is going to be not good.
Well,
Well,
she's
that's a bit
been in
judgmental
prison
there,
for
Tricky.
20,000 years, but
Yeah,
This is
but
probation.
yeah, but her mind was frozen for 20,000 years. This
Yeah.
is like an hour ago for her.
What is
Well,
what is
I'm
what is
not sure about
Moradin's
that.
what's Moradin's stance on redemption? Tricky.
I think it would. Well, we can discuss this, but my feelings personally would be that Moradin is, on the one hand, he's a forge cleric and a dwarf and a warrior. So there's a point at which he has a pretty black and white stance.
Right.
But
So he's
that being
yeah,
said,
the
there's
trap,
also
actually.
he's not an idiot either. So he doesn't have a there's going to be a point at which there's a line that can be crossed.
right.
I mean, you got to look at it this way, right? There's the philosophy of you do the crime, you pay the time. So what crime is worth 20,000 years of imprisonment? That seems fairly...
Again, for her, it's 0 time. So
Well, don't
No,
be
we
so
don't know
harsh
that.
there, Tricky, because when I was turned to
opened-
stone...
well, I was turned to stone as well, and I didn't notice any time pass.
That's because
Passing?
Moradin was holding you in his light.
But
When
Yeah,
it happened to
we-
me,
her
I
eye-
felt I did not feel good
her eye moved.
after it was done.
Her eye moved. She's awake.
Let's...
Can I ask Moradin, who lives in my head, what should I do?
You
Can
can
I-
do that. You can also make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom? Okay. And it's a solid 7.
Solid 7. You're a bit stumped, I guess. The what am I saying? The celestial form in front of you. She says, below if you explore. The only advice I can give you is to read the histories.
Written
Do
down
you-
there. Oh, maybe they explained what happened.
Yeah, I mean, we need to know more
I
before
can't
we
read.
listen to her.
Trish, have you ever met Moradin?
She just bows down,
Is that a yes?
lowers her eyes, parts her hands in front of herself.
Tricky Bob, this is just a little girl.
Can you accompany
No,
us?
She's clearly a snake god lady of some sort.
I will
Can
not
she?
accompany
Can you
This is
accompany
your-
us further down? Okay,
This
no.
is your test.
Right. Are there any more hostilities below?
There are many more hostilities in this facility. In this
Can you at least keep the tree at bay?
If you had come here hostile to me, then you would have failed that test.
Okay. I say we head down, we read some history, we have a group powwow and we figure this out. But
Do some
I think
history
maybe we want to make sure that we're all aligned with what we're planning on doing, right?
Okay.
Yeah, right.
I have
Yes.
to dig up some notes, which I have.
Okay, yeah, let's head down to the bottom. I could probably Yeah.
Here's some of my notes on where you guys are.
Nice.
You are here.
Yeah.
I thank
Okay.
this celestial lady for her time
She,
Do we
and
bow?
for
Is that what we do?
for not attacking us. Thank you. And I
She,
pull my arrow.
Trish.
she turns into a beautiful scaled rainbow serpent
Ugh.
with wings, and
Weird.
she turns invisible as she flies off.
Say yelps again, but ah!
Fair enough. So anybody that's interested in D&D stuff, she is a quartal.
Oh,
Is that how it's pronounced?
That's how I pronounce it.
It's got a Z in it, doesn't it?
Nope.
Oh.
No, C-O-U-A-T-L.
no, that's a what?
You're thinking of a Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
How
D&D
did you spell that one?
vanilla version. C-O-U-A-T-L.
Oh, yep.
Interesting.
Cool.
Julio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ugh.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
no, yeah, he yelps. Ah!
All right. So, yeah, very good. So what are you going to do now?
I feel good about this again. Onwards.
I think Hank's a bit mystified, actually. He's not feeling quite as bad as he was before.
I'm feeling terrible because I don't want to do this and I don't think we should be doing it, but it's taken.
We're just hearing her out. Then we decide if she gets to be free or not.
Yeah, but are we going to be able to stop her? I mean, she's a daughter of
Hang
a
on.
god. I don't think
Yeah.
like if we decide that she's evil, we're not going to be able to do anything about it.
Well, somebody
tricky.
did something
We
about
haven't
it
freed her
once.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also the key is for the muzzle, right? Not the manacles, not her chains. Is that correct?
That's as far as you're aware. That's correct. As you
Right.
go, are you
We're
walking?
not free.
Do you continue down the spiral chamber?
I would say so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you get closer to the bottom, can you make perception checks, please?
All right.
Yeah, we can.
Roland Hut.
Snapshot.
21. Finally.
21. 22, finally.
8.
Hey.
Wow.
The only one we're getting.
Wow. Okay. So you see a contraption at the bottom where there is a long steel rod that, in giant hands, it would be a long pin, but for you guys, it would be like a battering ram object.
Right.
That could be slid out and pulled out from a ring that would allow all the chains to just release at once.
Right. Like one of those fancy German knots.
I guess so.
Mm.
But it's one pin, and the whole harness would be released in one thing like that.
Right.
They're designed. But
It
it's
might-
really big.
It may be that there's a second pin holding that pin there on closer inspection, but
Right.
Okay.
Does it look like something
Very
that
quick,
any of us
Trish.
would even be capable of moving?
not alone. It would
Okay,
take
good.
It would take a collective effort to move it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Nice, lovely little Trish. Hello, Trish.
Okay.
All right. What's down the bottom? There are meant to be some text down here. What do we see?
Right. So
Tapestries.
all right, getting closer and closer to the bottom, there is you see the plinth, and it has the name Unglamor written in giant tongue, which Tricky Bob can read. Daughter of Memnor, traitor to the Morazine. To the Stormazin, I mean, my apologies. The
Tricky
Morazine.
Bob, do you think this is the literal daughter or a figurative daughter? In the way that you are a daughter of Moradin.
Well, Trish referred to her as a daughter as well. But it could be like a daughter of Twilight, isn't it? Like a daughter of Twilight equivalent of whatever.
Well, I think, are the giants known for
giants
their their lyricism or their
I think
metaphors?
it's the daughter, like a real
Allegory?
daughter.
Did you mean to say allegory?
There we go.
If it was not a real daughter, then they probably would have just killed it. But like, given the fact that they've gone to the lengths of capturing it, probably more important.
Hmm.
I mean, she could have been a very important priestess.
All that.
VIP.
But anyway, either way, she is very dangerous. So I think we should really, really think about it in a lot of detail.
Well, of
Do a real
course.
pros and cons list.
Let's study up.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's study up and learn the whole history of her story, why she's here, what she's done.
if this is a trial, can we say simply walking away is passing a trial?
No, we need to hear her out regardless, right? We just make the choice of if we unshackle her or not. We can. I mean, we've got a Medusa head. We can turn her back to stone.
But we can't put the. Wait, what?
We have a Medusa head.
We don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
You look at it. I looked at it and I turned to stone.
But you didn't. But what if she knows not to look at it? I mean, she obviously does. 'Cause she's been turned to stone once.
I'm with Josiah. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Can't
I mean, well,
force her. Just
she's
keep her eyes
manacled.
closed.
Well,
Just FYI, I'm just adding another map that I'm going to put in a second for when you get to the bottom.
All right.
So as you're moving down, you get to another broken section, and we do need some more athletics checks to get across to the next.
No.
Oh
You
man.
can choose how you want to go here. Now you're only at 6 floors high. It's certain death is
Still pretty
not
high.
so guaranteed, but it's
Oh, good. Running jump.
A flaccid 20.
a flaccid 20. I love that
23.
term has caught on.
Yeah. So Tricky, did you do a running jump as well?
I don't think she can. She probably just kind of.
Oh no, you can. As dwarves, you definitely can. In fact, I
Okay.
think you're pretty good at running jumps.
I don't. Yeah, I'm
Via
having a really
D&D
hard
rules.
time visualizing her doing any sort of jumping at all.
In plate armor, I mean, you probably figure that using the rope of climbing with its knots on it, you can, if somebody holds one end of it, or if you knot one end of it too, you can make both ends of it just stick in the air or to a point on the wall, and then just use the rope to get from one side to the other. And you get
19,
advantage
man.
for an athletics check to do that, Tricky, if you'd like.
So another athletics check?
Did you already make one?
Yeah, I
she
got
made a great
flaccid-
one.
Flaccid
What was
20.
it?
That's a
Flaccid
20.
20. Oh, well, then you made it. You made it across. And then was that with
Yay.
advantage?
Nope.
Well, you can roll again if you want to get a 20, but
Do
you're
a flip.
fine. You're fine. Okay, so you get
Oh,
across.
22. I do a
Oh,
flip.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so you do a Tricky Bob does a flip. Tricky Bob gets to the other side and flips up onto her feet.
And I do like
just-
the thing that gymnasts do with their hands up.
Right.
But
right.
I just like the picture of her arguing, complaining about doing this thing, and then she just stops at this thing and
Runs.
does.
So
Right.
mad, she just does a flip.
Right. Okay, 1 second. I'm uploading another thing. Okay. I made
Ow.
these maps over the last week, but I haven't had a chance to upload them to Roll20,
Hmm.
which is slightly annoying.
For the sake of honesty, Josiah rolled a 8 for his athletics check.
With advantage?
Oh no, I didn't do advantage.
Are you using the rope, Josiah, or how are you?
Of course, we're using the rope.
Right,
Of
well,
course,
then
that's
you're
why I got a
rolling-
15.
Then you're rolling advantage. That's why you got a 15. Okay.
and got a 19.
Got a 19.
But that was an acrobatics check. If you prefer, I did it athletics. Then it was only a 12.
Right.
13.
My modifiers are the
sorry.
same, so it really makes no
Actually, no.
difference.
No. It would only be 11. So I have 12. It would be 12. Sorry, I was right the first time.
Okay, so Hank, you got what?
If I can roll for acrobatics, I got a 19.
Okay, if you're going with acrobatics.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. I have uploaded the map. I am resizing the map. What's the time? 12:21. We're good.
Oh, good.
Okay. Someone's setting clocks in the other
Yeah.
room. That's what that sound is.
Okay.
Okay, so that is on the map layer. I am on the objects and tokens layer. Paste a bunch of players in here. Oh God, come on, let me do it.
Right. Yeah.
All right, look, I'll just bring you over now. Here we go, boof.
Ooh.
The bottom of the thing looks something like that. For some reason, I've got everybody. That's good. Okay, I'm dumping you in that room there. Can you see what's going on?
Yeah.
We're on top of the
Room is
Statue?
huge.
Oh wow, that's a statue room. Damn. What's the scale of this thing?
The scale is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's the
You
scale.
did mention that last time. Actually, you said it was the hugest room we'd ever seen.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's a very, very big room. And so you've got pillars, you've got walkways around the outside. It's kind of like a gallery. And the lowest part is the white part, basically, in the middle, of course.
Hey guys, we should make this crow's rest.
It's a bit removed from everything though, isn't it? I mean,
I'm not
balcony
climbing those
boat?
stairs.
Now, I also want to articulate that that room is very, very dark right now. There's not much light in there. There's a few cracks of light coming in from various places, but it's 90% in darkness. You can also tell that it's overgrown with weeds and trees and all sorts of stuff like that too.
Okay, there
there's
could be monsters.
broken statues in there. Yeah. The statues make you consider, how did they come about? Because they don't necessarily look well placed or meaningful statues in some cases.
Right.
Okay, so you're down at the base of here. Now, what you see as you get to the big stairs, if you're going in that direction,
Yep.
heading down, there
Cautiously.
are huge mosaics on the walls around here. Some of them are dripping with water. Some of them are covered with vines and plants and all sorts of matter, organic matter, shall we say. Water dripping down them and defacing them, staining them. Some parts of them are missing. Some parts are quite broken. Some parts are still somewhat intact. So moving from here, which side of the door do you look at first, if any? Like, I don't know, I'm not sure where you're going to go. So
Left side. Hank will look at the left side of the door.
okay. So
Wait, which doors?
Sorry, what?
I thought so. We're going down these stairs. Where are the doors?
Oh, well, it's not doors so much as an entrance into this next area.
Right.
The stairs that you're going down, actually, Hank, I should articulate, there is a passageway that goes under them, which you can kind of see.
Like
where
either side
Frostmoor-
here.
Yeah, that's
Right.
that's where the passage goes under the stairs in an archway.
Okay.
You actually can't see that from here, but that is the case.
And so you could like get around to say here and you would be above, like a level higher than this.
That's correct. That's correct.
Right. And would you also be a level higher than this?
That is also correct.
Okay, so this part here is sort of like the highest point of the chamber that we're in.
That's right.
Right, the highest level rather.
That's
Okay,
right.
cool.
Cool. And yep. Now the distance that you remember, the distance that you can see, and remember how dark this room is too. And
I'm going to draw a letter bar and have letter bar out too.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd like my bow. I would like an arrow knocked, and I'll stay behind Josiah and Hank and just scan as we go down the room.
What do we see on the mosaics that haven't, like, what can we infer from them?
Right.
They're telling a story?
They are telling a story, I
Okay.
think. And are you going left or right, Josiah?
Well, where are the mosaics? Sorry. Can you
All
pick
the
them up?
way around the upper wall seems to be a mosaic.
I think left to right makes sense for how things are read. Right? That's how you read a book, unless they read up to down or something weird.
Yeah.
Well, what, I mean,
Left.
yeah.
Okay, Josiah, can you just make an investigation check?
Yeah, sure thing.
Just don't read the right one because that's a spoiler for the end.
21.
21. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, on the, and when I say left to right, yeah, my left from top down, north, south, west, the west side of the entrance of the stairs, shall we say?
So
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
where you're pinging in yellow right now.
Yep.
There is a large, very broken image of what look like a group of priests in white robes in some cloud giant castle. Very pious. That's the image there. On the other side, on the right-hand side, the eastern side of
Yep.
the entrance, over there, you see the image of a giant priestess in shackles being dragged across the desert and drawn to this hole and thrown in, whereupon the mosaic shows that she's chained up in this location, and the muzzle has been placed on her face.
All right, so let's figure out what happened in between, right? So we should go around this, go to the left, and have a read of all of this story, this rich tapestry of history.
Right.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you start moving around, and you get the impression that, well, actually, you know what? You can each make a investigation check, and if you have, tell you what, you make a history check or a religion check, and if you succeed on a DC 14 religion or history check, you can have advantage on your investigation check.
Okay.
I got 15 on my investigation. I got 18 on my religion. So do I get to do another investigation?
Yes.
I don't care about
Oh,
history.
that one's actually worse.
And get to 13 for the investigation roll.
Okay.
I got an 18 on my religion, so I'll re-roll a second investigation because I got shithouse the first time. And I did much better, 22.
22. Okay. Well, the first set of images as you start moving around the temple, left to right, basically, heading to the west at least, you can see that you get the impression that this is Unglamor, and you can see her name in giant, actually Tricky Bob, or at least parts of it, enough to be able to figure out that's probably her. And she seems to have begun as a pious daughter and cleric of her father, Memnor. And according to what you're reading here, she was tasked with disseminating his word throughout Astoria. And she did so without question because she loved him. He was her father. So that's the first part of this thing. That's what you're learning right now. So you can discuss that for a moment as you all roll for initiative. Hold your initiative, actually, because I need to get the correct encounter up.
Okay.
Oh, whoops, actually, I better
We're
probably
going
do
to
that.
fight over what we interpret this story to tell.
Initiative. Oh my god.
For some reason, it's not adding everyone's initiative in here, but
Oh, I don't have to say my embarrassing roll.
let me
5.
re- Okay, so let's start again. Gimbal was a 5, was it?
Mhm.
Hank,
Wait, is it the same initiative from before? Do we have to reroll?
we'll
Reroll.
just re-roll. It might be
Yay.
easier at this point. You got like 0 last time, didn't
Oh,
you?
Triggy Bob got really well.
Tricky Bob, 18.
All right, breaking the trend.
Tricky Bob, 18.
I kind of like having 0. It was actually a bit less stressful.
Josiah, what was you?
9.
Josiah was a 9. Hank?
Hank is 13.
13. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Very good. Okay. Well, as you're examining this large mosaic, you're looking at it and you're getting this sort of impression that Unglamor was really, she seemed to be mostly involved in disseminating Memnor's word at the beginning of time. And so that seemed to be the first thing that happened. And as you're thinking about this, suddenly there's this roaring sound from behind you. And
Damn it.
actually, just a quick check. Are you guys all healthed up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, no,
we
we're
only-
all very.
Very
We're very
injured.
weak and
Yeah, more or less.
we had a long rest, right?
Have a
Yeah,
rest.
that's right.
and
Yeah,
then we fought some-
made camp.
some rock
Right.
men. That was it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Gimbal, what's your armor class?
Bow's out. 18.
18. Okay. This creature swoops down towards you from above. You believe it's a manticore.
Oh, good. So I'm not going to
and
shout, Trish, no!
And it swipes at you. The first attack misses you, and its second attack hits you for 9 points of damage. At that point, yep. As it does that, it also fires off a bunch of spikes out of its tail, which head in Tricky Bob's direction. Tricky Bob, what's your armor class?
22.
A bunch of tail spikes go flying out of the Manticore. In fact, what is everyone's armor class? Anybody below 18?
I am 18.
You are
I am-
18.
I am 17.
Okay, you guys both take, I'm going to make it 5 points of damage from tail spikes.
Okay.
Okay, Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
Oh wow, I'm first. I will. In that case, wait, are they on the map?
Are they on the map? No, they're not on the map. I haven't put them on the map.
Oh, also, do we all come down to the
This is about here too, by the way. By the time,
where Hank is?
yeah, by the time you get to where Hank is over there,
Right.
put everybody up there. I think you got your Goliath with you as well. They didn't sit down and they're having a meditate in front of your friend. Okay, so yeah, this is happening here. We're just going to run with this as a kind of a theater of the mind thing generally.
Sure.
Okay, because there's a bunch of terrain here that I'm not just. It's too hard to draw, and it's 3-dimensional.
Yep.
There's various broken pieces of stuff up and down. You can find steps to climb and jump around on and things if you want to get athletic. There's vines to swing on if you want to be Errol Flynn. So yeah. Okay, so this Manticore has come down and it's struck. And Tricky Bob, was your turn? Did you take your turn?
No, I was just asking where they are. How far?
So yeah, how close are you to? Who did I attack? It was Gimbal
Hank as well.
Oh,
and Hank. Yeah.
actually, we all did AC checks.
Yeah. No, but who did it actually bite and claw?
Oh, I think it was me.
Oh,
That was you, wasn't it, Gimbal?
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Not Hank.
Okay, so you can put yourself near Hank or not. This thing has got a 50-foot flying speed, by the way.
We
It's not that great as far as
my
the
bird's
infinite
faster.
flanks. Yeah, so is Hogsmore.
Yeah, it does a lot more damage than Hogsmore.
Well, it wouldn't be hard.
so
Right.
it's by Gimbal, right? Which
Yeah.
is near 10 feet away from me.
Yeah, we can say that. Yeah,
Okay. In that case, there's only one that we can see so far.
one that you can see so far. Yeah,
Okay.
you know that there are more than one in the building.
Okay. I will cast Spiritual Guardians around where Gimbal is.
Okay. All right. It's gonna make a saving throw.
Wisdom, yep.
Okay. What's the save DC?
13.
11. Do your
Yay.
damage.
What damage do I do it again? Oops, no, no, wrong thing. Sorry, that was spiritual weapon. Let me reroll. It does 18 damage,
Oof.
radiant,
Damn.
and wait, was it radiant? I think it
I
is
think it
radiant.
is radiant. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes. Oh, I
Yeah.
can. If I'm evil, it can be necrotic, but I guess I'm not.
Right.
I guess I'm not.
And I think its speed is reduced.
Speed is reduced to what?
Difficult terrain, I think.
Yeah, it's difficult terrain. That's right.
Right. So even flying, it's reduced to 25 feet now.
Well, because
okay.
it has to fly through the mass of my
spinning blades and
fairy.
hammers.
I think it's fairies. It's
It's
like
whatever
no,
you
we
want it to
decided. Yeah, we decided it's like little cherubs with hammers.
The cherubs with hammers.
I think
my.
that's what
Okay.
we decided last
Dwarven
time I
cherubs
casted.
with hammers.
Yes, little dwarven cherubs
With
with hammers.
beards and hammers, but angelic faces and little angel wings. You guys crazy.
Yeah. Little round bottoms.
Little round. Stop it. Okay, then. So you've done that, Hank. It's going to be your turn next. Tricky Bob, have you got any other actions, bonus actions, movement, flavor?
Oh, but my Goliath has a turn.
Right, take your Goliath turn.
Oh wait, no, the Goliath are all the way at the top. They didn't follow us down.
They didn't follow
they
you?
did. I
You
thought they
didn't bring
did.
them?
They said
they're
it was
next
our
to
trial.
us.
And
No,
They're
they-
they
in
said
front
it was
of
our
us.
test.
Oh,
That's true.
Yeah,
okay.
they did. We're on this by ourselves.
To remove them from the map, then.
All right. Let's take them
Everything's
Yeah,
out.
removed from the map
yeah.
for me. I can't see anything.
I'm ignoring the map for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we're fighting. It's
Then
fine.
I don't have no bonus actions if my Goliath isn't here.
Okay, if your Goliath's not there, that's the end of your turn. Hank, I believe it's your turn next.
Excellent. Is there any place I can find cover?
Yes, dozens of places to find cover.
I'd like to find cover.
Would you like to hide?
Yeah, eventually, but first I would like to throw magic missile at 6th level at this jerk.
Well, fuck yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm not messing around, man. This thing scares the shit out of me.
Mhm.
All right. I wonder if I can 66 plus 6.
What? 66 plus 6d6 plus
64, sorry, 64.
64.
64.
64. Yeah,
6T.
64 plus
6T.
No,
D.
6D.
Okay.
Six
What?
dice.
Six
Just
dice.
roll the goddamn.
I'm
damage.
rolling the
Dice
damn
for-
dice. All right. 64 plus 6.
I don't
Come on,
care
give me the
how
damn
many dice. I care how
But
many.
it's plus 6 for each of the D4.
Right.
No,
Yes.
Is it plus 6?
No,
for
it's
each
plus
D4, plus
1
2?
for each of
Wait,
the D4.
plus 1. Oh, right. So you've already done the plus. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's, yeah. So that is 7, 11, 14, 17, 20, 26 damage.
26 points of damage. Nice.
26 points of damage, and I'll use my bonus action to hide in cover, please.
All right. Well, you definitely hurt it, and you got its attention, but then you go to so you hide. Make your
Yeah.
dex saving. Sorry, your stealth check, please.
Stealth check, yeah. And stealth is retardedly high, so that's good. Right. Oh, wait. No, too late. 13.
13. Okay. 13.
I rolled the wrong dice,
That's all right.
but that's okay. That's all the dice.
Let me check something. You said it was 13, did you?
13, yep.
All right.
For stuff.
Very good. No worries. That's your turn, right, Hank?
That is my turn.
Josiah.
Hi. Yep. I will do nothing particularly fancy, but I'd like to, I guess, run through the spiritual guardians and take an attack.
Roll to hit.
All right, and I should, since it's being flanked, get advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, I do.
You get this strange feeling as these holy hammers and little angels goes whizzing about you, though.
Oh, a natural 20.
A natural
Hey.
20. You're right. Let's go. Do your
Ole.
damage, please.
Okay, and that should already, yeah, it does. Neat. So 18 on that hit.
18 damage.
Yep, and then I'll throw my sneak attack in.
Okay.
And that's another 9, so that's 27.
Josiah, so what exactly is this attack? Describe this in as much detail as you can.
I was imagining I'm running through the baby
Spinning
dwarves.
hammers, yep, woof,
Yeah,
woof.
and kind of being initially weirded out by like how they're probably phasing through me.
Right.
But getting a bit more normal, and then I'm taking in a pen out, and I'm doing like a running slash across both of its legs. You know, like a running down its flank, and
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you cut it open, and it falls to the ground as it's the internals behind its throat disgorge in front of you, and its head drops and it collapses.
And in this case, learning my lesson from Medusa, I don't look at all at the corpse. I'm stealily looking away from it as I put my sword back in.
It lays there twitching for a minute, and you can see it mouthing words with this huge maw that it has. Massive, pointy teeth.
When you say mouthing words, is it talking? Nah, I can't hear that.
Yeah, you would have to be able to lip read whatever language that Manticore speak. Perhaps.
What language do they speak?
You have no idea.
I can't figure it out.
Possibly deep speech or something like that. Maybe. No, probably not that.
Gimble can speak.
What do they speak?
No,
I speak undercommon, not deep speech.
Undercommon, that's right.
Actually,
Hank speaks deep speech.
Manticores do speak common, as it turns out. But yeah, you still have to be able to lip read.
Yeah. I can't lip read.
So okay, Gimbal. Well, it's dead. So that's.
Yep. I'm just gonna turn to all the others and say, weren't there 2?
At least.
All right. I look around.
And as you look around, a whole bunch of spikes go across the ground in front of you as a Manticore flies overhead.
Okay, I'll take shots.
You take shots. Very good. Roll to hit, Gimbal.
21 to hit for 1.
21 to hit. That's a hit.
That's 5 damage.
Frozen.
Hello?
5 damage. I've got you good. Oh,
okay, cool.
Josiah's frozen.
Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah, Josiah's frozen. What a great freeze frame.
It is a great freeze frame. It's
kind of like Jesus.
I was just about to get a screen
Jesus
grab of that. I was about to get a screen grab.
We got to be quicker about these things.
So, Gimbal, did you roll a nat 1 on your attack roll?
Yep.
Damn.
That's with your longbow?
Yep.
This is not the new longbow.
This is the new longbow.
This is the new longbow.
The new lovely poisonous longbow.
Right. I think you just break the arrow.
Okay.
This
cool.
arrow snaps in half, and you lose that arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You've got another attack.
Oh no, that was my second attack. So now it'll be. I can't even remember what I named the bird. Bird.
Okay, in it goes.
So it does.
Flymo. Bimo.
Misses. This misses. Just misses.
Okay, it misses. The Manticore is just a little bit too dexterous on that pass. Okay, and at that point, it wheels and lands behind Tricky, taking an attack at you, Tricky. First with a claw. Oh, wait a minute. What's your armor class?
22.
Oh, 25, it hits.
Does it have to go through the spiritual guardians though? Because they do have like a 15 feet.
Right, that's a good point. Yes, it does 4 points of damage to you, but it does have to go through the spiritual, and that's a wisdom saving throw, right?
Yep.
So it rolls a total of 12. Does that fails against your 13? So you get to do your damage. It has been hurt, so you do get to do 2d12. Well, actually, it's been hurt because you're hurting it in your next turn, isn't it? So
Yeah, no, I don't think I get double damage if it's hurt on spiritual guardians. It's only my Toll the Jet that does it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yes.
But
My
that's good to know
apologies.
because that was probably what I was going to use. 15.
15 points of damage for spiritual guardians.
Yep.
Excellent. Done. Very good. And at that point, the third Manticore flies in from the other side,
goodness.
landing by Hank and taking a claw at you, Hank. It rolls to hit. What's your armor class?
17.
It completely misses,
Yes.
and it literally gets its claw stuck in the stone next to it. It's trying to rip it out, and all of its teeth are kind of, it's like a shark mouth full of teeth next to you, Hank. And you're just like a couple of feet away from it. If it hadn't gotten stuck, you would be dead. First Manticore's dead. Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
I will Toll the Jet, the one that's close to me, or try attacking me.
Okay, Toll the Dead, so it's a wisdom save on him.
Yep.
Okay, wisdom save. Oh, he succeeds with a 20.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's all good. So
Actions, bonus action.
no, I don't think I've got much else.
Nothing else? Okay.
Oh, what about the ghosts?
My ghosts don't have it. Oh,
No,
do
but
they?
it's in the ghost at the
It's in the
moment.
ghosts.
Oh yeah, they attack every turn.
Yeah.
That
Every
he's in
time it's
Every time
in
somebody
the,
enters its space, isn't it? So it's if it enters
And then
space
when it's in the space as well. So it's your turn, and then anytime it enters that space.
right, if it starts its turn in that space, okay. So it's making a wisdom save, yeah.
Yes.
It fails with a 10.
Oh. Okay. Yep. So that's a.
I should be making this roll on the creature's turn, though, not on
Yeah.
Bob's turn.
Yeah, but so I guess we missed it really.
No, we did it because it entered
did.
and it took damage.
Oh, it did?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, great. Oh, never mind then. Yeah.
All right, so is that your turn then, Tricky Bob?
Yep. Do we need to do damage, or we just on its turn?
Roll your
No,
damage.
because it already did it. Or didn't it already take the damage though?
Yes.
You're right, it did take damage. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
let's
so-
move to Hank. Hankos.
Right. So what am I looking at now? I've got a Manticore right in front of me.
Yep, stuck with its claw in a
Cool.
rock, a large piece of a pillar that's broken and hanging on its side.
Right.
And there's another one that's kind of flown down and thrown spikes at everyone, and then it's landed near to Gimbal, I think I said.
Where's Josiah?
Did
It landed
attack him?
tricky. Attack tricky.
Yeah, take me.
I am
The second one
near the
attacked Tricky.
corpse
didn't
of
it?
the
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right.
First
Second
one's dead.
one. Yeah, that's right. Landed next to
Josiah's
Tricky.
near
My
the
apologies.
corpse.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. What are you doing?
Okay. And Tricky is not so far not engaged.
Tricky is in melee range.
Yeah, I did try attacking one of them. I just
And
missed my
Tricky's
save.
surrounded by this wall of,
Right.
cherubs, dwarven cherubs. With
Do we know which one was it that Tricky was attacked? Would it be the second one, the one that's not
I think
next
it
to
was
me?
number 2.
yeah,
It's not
the
next to
second
me.
one not next to you. The one that's not stuck in the wall, basically.
Okay.
There's one that's stuck by Hank, and there's one that's not stuck by Tricky Bob.
So Hank is in cover,
Uh-huh.
but probably not anymore. Not in cover from this beast in front of him because he's just taken a big massive swipe at him.
Correct.
Right. So Hank is then going to use his cunning action to disengage from this thing and find another source of cover away from
All right.
both of them.
Can you make a hide check, please? A stealth check?
Well, I don't think I can.
Hmm.
I can if I use an action, actually, rather than a bonus action, because I'm using my bonus action to disengage.
Right. So you could disengage and hide, but you didn't get any attacks or anything.
Yeah, I was actually just going to disengage and get into cover rather than hide. So they can they'll know where I am.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll be.
You have a little bit more armor class.
That's right. Yeah.
On the cover, okay.
And I'll use my action instead to throw off a short bow arrow.
Okay,
And
so
so the one that just attacked me.
all right, so the one that's attacking you is about to pull its claw out of the stone, and
Right.
you're about to be in a situation where it's going to try and follow you round this broken base of a column in a circle. So you dodge out of its way by going in one direction. You think it's following you, so you pull back your bow, and as it comes around at you, you fire at it. Roll to hit.
Yep. Oh, natural 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
Slappity
Okay.
do.
Double
Alright.
dice damage.
Double dice damage. No sneak attack though, unfortunately, but never mind. Action. That's 1d6 plus 4, doubled. 4. You don't double the multiplier though, do you?
You do not
sorry,
double
the
the
bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, not the
That's-
multiplier, just the dice.
Yeah, cool. So that's 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 damage.
12 damage total?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Is that the end of your turn, Hank?
That is the end of my turn.
All right, Josiah, what you are seeing is a Manticore near Hank rips its claw out of the stone wall that it's managed to smash it into. And it's following Hank around this base of this broken pillar. On the other hand, there's a second Manticore that's flown overhead, tried to spike everybody, flipped over and landed on the other side of Tricky Bob and taken a swipe at her. It's currently taking damage from her hail of holy hammers, but you are in the midst of that hail of holy hammers too, I believe, and have also attacked it.
Are there 3 or 2 now? There were 3.
There were
three.
3.
There are
Now
two.
there
Okay.
are 2. So
Excuse me.
how big is a Manticore?
Well, the size of a fucking small car.
Okay.
So, like imagine like a Volkswagen Beetle.
All right.
Liger.
All right. I wanna try something stupid.
Yay!
Yeah. I'm gonna call out to Tricky Bob and say, Tricky Bob, shield boost.
Improvised weapons.
And I'm gonna run up to you and I'm gonna hope that you understand. I'm gonna jump off your shield.
Do I understand?
Done it before.
You can make a wisdom saving throw to try and remember that this is something, or this might be an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence. 13.
13. Can you make a persuasion check, please, Josiah?
Oh, fucking hell yeah, I can. Yeah.
13 is the difficulty.
Okay. That is a 23.
Oh wow! Okay,
Ooh,
yeah.
you get it.
Persuaded me.
Wow, you managed to communicate this fact across. You give advantage to an athletics check from Josiah, who's going to make this athletics check, and if he fails, he's going to take disadvantage on his next attack.
Okay.
And if he succeeds, he will get advantage on his next attack.
Because what I'm aiming to do is
narrative.
Yep. I'm aiming to shield boost off Tricky Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a flash 20.
Okay, success.
And land on its back.
Okay.
And then just stab at the base of its head.
Okay. You can roll to hit with advantage now that you've achieved this success.
Oh my god, if I've waited so long to actually jump off somebody's shield. And that's an 11.
Oh, okay. So you try to get it, but your weapon is getting tangled up in its spines that are on the back of its head. And not getting through the spines, you're finding them to be quite a tangle of thorns. Do you have any other actions, bonus actions, or otherwise?
No, you know what? I'm I'm good where I am, I guess.
Okay, very good. Gimbal.
Yes.
Josiah's now on the back of one of the manticores. This is the one closest to Tricky Bob, I'm assuming.
Oh, good. I'll look up and go, and then take shots at that one.
Okay, so you're shooting at that one.
Yeah.
Roll to hit, please. Oh, no, never mind.
No, what's up?
I was going to say you forgot your Goliath attacks, but they're not here, so never mind.
No.
First one will hit.
First one will hit, indeed.
Sorry, 22. Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
I'll say the roll. 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay, very good.
Second one, 26 to hit.
That is also a hit, of course. No hunter's mark or anything like that?
Nope. No, because I'm using my bonus action to have the bird dingle, I think I called it, attack.
All right, 11 damage
dingle.
from the second bow attack.
Yep, and then
Nice.
Dingle's attack.
Dingle's attack.
12 plus 4, 16
Hits.
to hit.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
Nice. All right, so that'll be 1d4 plus 6.
What form is he in?
Bird.
Bird. Like a crow.
Yeah.
Okay.
1d.
Four-
Aha!
4 damage.
So for 4 plus 6, 10 damage
10
as
damage.
he flies by.
Motherfucker.
And he
Okay.
flies out of range. 'cause it's
He rips out a bit of like gizzard, gullet, gizzardy bit of meat out of the manticore as it flies past. The manticore's not happy at all about that.
That's my boy.
Okay.
That's a good round. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's me, and I'll just yeah. That's
End of your turn.
Yep, done.
All right. First manticore is chasing, or goes to attack Tricky Bob with a bite. Bite. And that's a 15 to hit. Tricky Bob
Nope,
is not a
doesn't
hit.
hit.
Okay, and its second 2 attacks are going to be claws. A 9 does not hit. A 18 does not hit.
Nope.
Okay, Tricky
And
Bob is safe.
Needs to take some damage if it's in the.
Oh yeah, the wisdom save.
Right, so it makes a wisdom save. It fails with a 10.
Neat. So it does a did I roll the right one? Yes, 13.
13 damage. All right. Okay, good. All right. Meanwhile, Hank, you are being chased around a fucking pillar by a manticore, and it's leaping out at you with its claws as it comes for you. It's using its wings to propel itself forward in little hoppity leaps to get to you, but its momentum is spinning it around, which is making it just as undexterous as it is fast, coming at you, swiping, swipe. It comes at you with a claw, doing 22 to hit.
Hang on. The way armor class works,
Yeah.
it has to beat my armor class, right?
It has to be the same as your armor class or higher.
Okay, never mind then. It does hit.
It does hit. Never mind. Sorry about that. You take 9 points of slashing damage from the claw from its first attack. Second attack misses with its second attack, and its final attack it tries to bite you.
Okay.
But it misses with the bite. Next to your face as you just duck out of the way of that. It is now Tricky Bob's turn.
Hank yells out, "Ah!" It really flipping hurt.
I'll try Till the Dead again on the one that's close to me, or number 2.
All right.
Is number 2 attacking me last turn?
Number 2, yeah.
Okay. So he does the wisdom saving throw.
He does a wisdom save. 13 was it? He succeeds with a 14. Is that full or no damage? Sorry,
No
half
damage.
or no damage? No damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you know.
Anyway, he's not
No
supposed to
damage
make
if
that
he
till his
succeeds.
turn.
That means that's it for me.
Um,
No, this is for Toll the Dead.
Oh, this is Toll the Dead.
Yep. So this is me actually trying to cast a cantrip on him.
Okay.
How's everyone's health doing? Nobody really got hit that much.
We don't do the meta, but if you think about what Hank just said.
I'm yelling.
Before.
Yeah.
How is everyone's health doing?
Oh, he's.
That bad?
I think he's over exaggerating.
There's probably half of me on the floor right now.
Okay. I
Terrible.
quickly cast. How far away is Hank? Like he's close to me, isn't he?
He's fairly close to you. Well, he's running around a pillar, so he's fluctuating between about 20 and 45 feet from you.
I quickly cast a healing word on him, so he gets a solid 6 HP back, but he also gets a reaction.
Hank, you get an
Excellent.
attack reaction or some sort of
will take
reaction.
that attack reaction. Now I'm guessing I'm not getting away from this thing. It's too fast for me. So I'm going to then draw my leader bar and attack it with that.
All right, roll to hit.
All right. It's 23.
That's a hit.
Mm.
All right. And 8 plus 5. 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay, Lodavar does 8 damage. That was your reaction? Yeah?
Yeah, it was my reaction. Yeah.
Would you like the good news? The good news is that it's your turn.
Excellent. I'll do that again.
All right, roll to hit.
All right. 18.
That's a hit.
All right, and do the same again. 1d8 plus 6. Oh, woohoo! So that is 14 damage.
14 damage. Nice.
14 damage, yeah.
Okay, that gives the Manticore pause for thought at that point. Josiah, it is your turn. You've just witnessed this go down. Hank is standing his ground with Ludovic.
Sorry, 13 damage plus 13? 5.
Is
8
that
plus 5. It's 13 damage. You're not 14.
Not 14, 13.
Yeah, so give it 1 HP back. Sorry, that was stupid math.
Okay. I'll suck up that 1 HP, don't worry.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, Josiah, your turn.
Okay, this time rather than since I'm still on the back, rather than the back of the head, since its spines are too strong, I'm gonna slash at its wings.
Okay, so you attack at its wings. All right.
Yeah. All right. Where is my friend?
This is the one that's inside the hammer field right now.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Go on. What are you doing? Oh, cool. The slow dice are back now. That's good.
Slow mouth.
Well, it's nice and slow, so I could see as it went from a 16 to a 3. So that's only 10 to hit.
So it's a 10 to hit. Sadly, that does not hit. You're on its back, though, right?
Yep.
I'm going to get you to make an athletics check to stay on its back.
Cool. All right. Athletics. A natural 1.
Okay. So it throws you off its back.
Whee!
At that moment as a reaction to your attack. Gimbal, it's your turn. Unless Josiah, you have anything you want to do whilst you're in midair?
No, I'll save it. No, I'll save it. Yeah, I'll go.
All right. Gimbal.
Good. I see Josiah fly off the back of that top. And then just keep shooting.
The Manticore lands and turns to you, Gimbal.
Oh, bollocks. That's not the one I was laughing at. Okay. All right, well, that will throw my aim off, and so one arrow goes flying into the air.
Did you roll to hit with that?
Yeah, 9.
You did. Okay, so you failed. Yep. Okay.
And then I'll turn. Is this one in melee range, or how far away is
this one's landed right in front of you, 5 feet away. You're at disadvantage with your bow.
Let's do it. Disadvantage bow shot.
All right, roll to hit.
12.
12 does not hit.
Damn.
It snaps off its teeth. It spits the arrow out.
Right. Dingle, help.
Dingle attacks.
Ooh, Dingle does well. That'll be 18 plus 22 to hit.
20. That's a good hit. Yeah.
Okay. 7 damage.
7 damage. All right.
And then
it's definitely looking pained by that.
All right. Then out of panic and run away.
Okay, as you so you
opportunity. I'll take an opportunity.
Take an opportunity attack. Yeah. Okay. It whips at you with a claw. It rolls a massive 9 and does not hit you.
Yeah. All right. I'll run 35 feet away from it.
Right. Yeah.
Towards. Oh, are the ghosts still there? The spirits.
Yep. Spirit guardians. In fact, they're right here anyway. You're already inside them here.
Oh, lovely. Okay. I'll run further into them.
Okay. You do that. As you do, it becomes the Manticore's turn. It tries to follow you. It makes a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
It fails with an 11. Tricky Bob, can you do some damage with your hammers, please? Your Guardians of Faith.
11.
The spiritual hammers of the Guardians of Faith smash the Manticore down into the ground, killing it. Leaving it there, twitching one of its wings is sort of trying to get up and it's trying to push itself off the ground, but the hammers just keep smacking it until finally it's just a bloodied wreck.
Oh.
At that point, however, the one nearest you, Hank, is still going for you. Yep. It raises up its tail over its head, and everybody with less than 20 armor class
Hello.
needs to take 11 points of piercing damage.
Oh,
Yikes.
I'm going to use a spell as a reaction. Can I do that?
yeah.
As a
If
reaction?
it's a reaction spell.
If it's a
Wait.
reaction spell, yeah.
I already had a reaction though, didn't I?
When?
What'd you do?
Did you?
Well, because tricky.
That was last turn. That was the last
Was
turn.
it last
though, right?
turn?
Yeah.
Last turn.
It's
Okay.
a bonus reaction.
Your reactions refreshed at your turn. So yeah.
I know it's a bonus reaction, tricky, but I'm pretty sure you only get one per turn, no matter what.
You do, Hank, but your turn was straight after hers, refreshes your
Sweet.
reaction.
Sweet. I will take that, and I will cast Shield on myself, which raises my armor class to 22.
Okay, so you don't take that damage.
I do not take that damage.
Excellent.
Yes.
Mhm.
I need that health.
All right. It flings a claw at you, however, Hank.
Mm-hmm. I believe my armor
armor
class
class.
is still 22, though.
22.
Or just double check.
Yeah.
Yeah, until the start of your next turn.
All right. It misses you with its claws. It misses you again with its other claw. It has failed to hit you, Hank. Very good. Your shield has been
Suck it.
completely successful. First Manticore is dead. Tricky Bob, it's your turn.
So there's only a third one left, and
Yep.
he is attacking Hank.
Yep. And your spiritual guardians are no longer being effective where they are, if that was a concentration spell.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so they're not doing anything.
They move.
No.
No.
I have to recast
Ah.
to move. So I will use my Toll the Dead again then on the one that's attacking Hank.
Okay. This is a wisdom save for him.
Yep.
He has already taken damage and he just failed his wisdom save.
Yay, so it's a 2d12.
Yep.
And that is a 17 of damage.
Damn.
17 damage. Very good. Okay, you smack him with the Toll of Dead, and he roars as some of his teeth fall out from the reverberation of the damage. Hank, it's your turn, and less tricky. You've got anything else up your sleeve?
Nope.
No? Okay.
All right. So it's now engaged by someone else, right?
Toll the
No.
Dead?
Okay.
Not melee.
Oh, okay. Sweet as. Never mind. Damn. Still not sneak that. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just jump in there with Ledivar again.
You can get advantage because they are attacking from behind and it is flanked.
Oh, so I can't get sneak attack.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, if it is flanked. I mean, I think it's primarily engaged with you though, Hank. It's going for you. I'm not sure you can get a sneak attack against it.
Right. Okay.
Unless
It
somebody
does
was
say-
if they were in melee range of it, then you could get sneak attack.
It says if I've got advantage on the attack roll, I get it.
Right. Okay.
Um,
If you have advantage on the attack roll. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, but I don't need advantage on the attack roll if I have an ally with me.
Right. I see. I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
So do you reckon I have advantage?
Yep. Because
Okay.
you've got these guys on the other side firing from the other direction.
All right.
And that's
sweet.
causing enough of a the
a distraction for
distraction. The Toll of Dead just caused him to lose some of his teeth, and in that moment, you see an opportunity to strike.
Right.
So let's do a advantage attack.
it. Yes. All right. So first of all, attack.
This is with Ludiver, right?
Yep, for sure. And that's 10. Oh wait, with advantage. Phew.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. Flaccid 20.
You hit.
All right. Man, that really would have peeved me off.
All right.
1d8 plus 5, first of all. So that's 8. Wow, your full damage. 8 plus 5. So that's 13 plus Fuck. Okay. Almost full damage. 13 plus 6, 19 plus 5 is 24 in total.
You kill it.
Woo.
With Ludivar. Its teeth start falling out. What do? How do you kill it?
All right. So it's still chasing me, right?
Yeah, it's chasing you. It stops as it's reverberating from the Toll of the Dead, and you notice bits of bone and stuff coming from its face.
Sweet. So I just turn around and I've got Ludivar and I just like give it like one of those, like
straight
down
in the face.
Straight in the face.
Right. So you slash it down the face and you hammer its head down into the floor, and Ludivar is stuck in its skull for a minute. You can make an athletics check to pull it out.
All right. Well, that's actually a natural 20 for a total of 19 because my strength sucks.
No, very good. Okay, so you draw Ludivar straight back out from its skull, and you look around and everything seems calm.
All right, cool.
All right. You move on to the next part of the mosaic. After that, I assume.
I'll cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Cure Wounds?
Yeah, can we make it like... Can we make it like that was nothing but a thing? You know, like we just move straight on. Move straight on.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a little pick me up tree bob.
Okay. How bad are you? And don't say very bad. Just like honestly, be honest.
I could be worse, but I could be better.
Okay. I give you 5 healing. That's a bad roll.
It's all right. Does the trick. Better than I was before.
Anyone else needs any?
I could do with some actually.
Okay. That's 9 healing.
Oh, excellent. I think that brings me. That is actually perfect. Exactly the amount that I needed.
Nice.
To get me to full health.
So these were the things that you saw in the.
These were the things that I saw. Yes. Yep. Oh. Definitely. Russell, can I move over to one of the Manticores?
Yeah.
One of the dead Manticores, the one that I just killed, actually.
Right.
And I would like to examine its tail.
Okay. Yeah. So its tail is covered in spikes, although right now you think most of the spikes are gone. It's fired all of the spikes off, you think, and you can see the little cavities where those spikes came from, and they're oozing a kind of nasty looking pus.
Okay. Do you think I might be able to collect some of that pus?
Sure.
Why the pus?
Manticore.
I don't know. Maybe it's venom. I don't know.
Worth something to a spell component.
Worth
somebody,
something,
Ballaran might pay for it. You never know.
I bag a bunch of those teeth that fell out.
You can.
Done. I'll take the teeth. They're less gross.
You can knock some teeth out too.
Good, I'll do that. Make a cool necklace.
Can I see any of the quills lying around? I wouldn't mind taking one, even if there's no poison in it. Just to.
You want the quills? Yeah, you can take quills for sure.
All right, sweet. So I'll take a bunch of quills. Let's go around.
What else can we take?
6 of them.
Wings.
That's
we take some wings.
Something to munch.
Wings will be massive, though. They've got to be able to propel the things into the air.
I'd like to know what was taking the piss out of me.
I'd like to know what they taste like, though. Maybe we should take some meat.
Ugh. Probably like acid.
Not the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we need provisions. We've been here a while.
Only like 2 days.
Gimel, you should like notch these onto an arrow. That'd be sick.
No. I've already decided. Manticore tooth necklace.
Badass. Yeah. Cool. Well, I've gotten what I need. Well, I'd like.
So yeah, back to these. So what have we covered so far on these tapestries? Josiah, you were reading them well.
Okay, so let's get some investigation checks.
Sure thing.
You can continue to get your advantage or not, depending on whether or not you succeeded your history or religion.
I did succeed my religion.
I succeeded. Oh, not 20.
A nat 20. Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind.
I got a 15.
You got a 15. Okay. Wow, that nat 20. Okay, cool. Nobody else got anything very successful?
16.
Oh,
8.
So I'm seeing a 16, a 19, and a 15 here. Gimbal, Tricky Bob, Josiah.
The 19's the net 20.
The 19 is the nat 20. Okay. So
-1 to intelligence, Gimbal.
No, it wasn't me.
The next
Oh, okay.
series of mosaics between here along this wall, taking you up to the next corner, and of course they're massive, and there's so much shit in here. By the way, there are some giant bugs crawling around in here. You see too, and they don't buzz. They don't attack you or anything like that. They keep to themselves, but they are crawling about. You get to the end of this wall, and there in this section there is a part of the mosaic where Unglamor seems to be attacking Memnor, her father. And at that point, Memnor seems to betray her, and leaves her for the carrion and for the dead. It's at that point, a lot of the mosaic is missing along the back wall, and it's a lot of smashed shit up there. That's hard to kind of tell what's going on. You can make either perception checks or investigation checks, depending on how you approach the next that wall, basically.
Perception or investigation?
Investigation for Hank.
3.
That one.
Yeah.
Hank
One
got a
extreme to
19
the
to
other.
investigation.
Hank
21.
19. Gimbal at
Yeah.
21.
Well,
Hank.
that's perception.
I'm sorry, I'm going to call you out. Hank, what was yours?
19.
Josiah?
Investigation.
Thank you.
13.
13. Gimbal?
Perception 21.
And Tricky Bob?
1, which was a 3.
Okay. Okay, so what you're noticing is that a lot of the mosaic and tiles have been smashed down onto the floor here, and there are many of these pieces still here. It's not so much that you can tell what the mosaic must have said or shown exactly, but you can see the colored pieces in relation to which part of it was there, and thus you can make out that Memnor's presence based on the fact that his color palette is not present in the next section. Does that make sense?
Yep. So Memnor's not in the next section, and she's been left for dead after her fight with him.
Right. So it seems.
But there's a section
She might
missing,
have a case.
Right? And there's a section missing, yep.
Yeah.
The trick is she might have a case. She
Well, we
might be
don't know
alright.
what happened directly after her betrayal. His betrayal. So.
Did we see why she was attacking him?
Because did you see why?
Because it seemed like she was.
He said he betrayed her for
He takes her out into the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Looks of it, and sets a trap for her.
So it was like, you're free now.
Sort of like that. Yeah, I mean, it seems that there's missing pieces, and it doesn't explain why.
Well, what do we see after the what's the next full one that we can see?
Right. Well, as you get around to the next corner and you're looking for the next full section of wall, can you make perception checks, please?
12.
Oh, 17.
17.
That was almost in that one. 11.
Everybody above 14, you can see that there is this humanoid figure wearing armor with a plume on their helmet, with a sword out and a shield in one hand, standing on a pile of stones, also looking at the massive construction, at the mosaic. It looks like a woman in sort of classical Greek type dress, if you like, classical Greek armor and weapon, short
Hoplite.
sword. Yeah, like a hoplite. Yeah.
Well, that's unusual. Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see him. Sorry.
I didn't see it either.
When Josiah on the only one saw it.
She, Josiah, you see her standing there. She seems to be almost unnaturally hidden. The only way you've ever seen anyone hide like that would be Gimbal using his Mask of the Wild.
Hmm.
I
What?
never really do.
Could I discern what race she is?
Not easily, not at this distance.
Let's wander up closer then.
Okay, as you go closer, she turns towards you. Can you make a Arcana check, please?
I got a 21 for some reason.
21. Okay.
Yeah.
As she steps down off the rock where she is in your direction, you notice a strange kind of shadowy aura behind her, kind of lurking in the trees there against the wall and the undergrowth beneath the rocks. There's like almost like she steps forward and you hear this peeling sound.
She's come off the wall.
Possibly.
Guys, the painting's coming to life. The
Oh.
mosaic.
Not more of this stuff.
They can't even handle art.
She raises one hand towards you, Josiah.
I left my shield.
One second. She casts. She raises a hand in front of herself, and she seems to be making some somatic components go, and she's talking some verbal components. And Josiah, you are lifted up off the ground by telekinesis. 10 feet
Guys.
into the air.
I didn't know. Okay, at that point, I was like, I didn't know you could do that.
She starts moving you towards her.
Okay, can we see her yet?
Can I grab his
You
leg?
guys can all make perception checks.
I would like to pull out the rope of climbing and ask it to wrap around a pillar nearby.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Boop, 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 boop. Okay, Gimbal, you see what's going on.
Okay.
Got a 10.
Josiah, can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Sure. A 9.
Okay, Josiah, you are charmed.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll draw my bow and point at this person and say, drop that guy.
Let's have some initiative rolls, please.
Damn.
Man.
Okay. Boom.
Oh, gotta do it.
Charmed creature can't attack the charmer or the target. With harmful abilities, the charmer has advantage on any check. Okay, to interact socially with me.
Socially with the creature. Josiah, what's your initiative roll?
It is 11.
11. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Hey, actually, I should have got advantage on that wisdom saving throw.
Oh, would you
Sorry.
like to make your
Oh, yeah, Elfie.
take
Elfie
your
Yeah.
advantage? Take your advantage check.
That is a 9 again.
Bugger. Oh well, so never mind.
It's not
Even
to
with
be.
advantage. Very well. Okay, so at this point, Hank, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. We still don't really see its intent though, right? Like it hasn't attacked us as
No,
such.
not per se.
Right.
No. But
Okay.
Josiah is flying and is moving towards the creature. You can't see his face, so you don't know he's charmed at this point.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. I would like to charm that person right back.
Oh, and I'm just going to double check what your perception checks were.
I got a 21.
You got a
Hey.
21?
10.
10. Anyone over 16 can smell very faintly the smell of sulfur.
Well, that's never good. Smells like farts.
I can smell it because of this cider I'm drinking.
Great.
It's very
Hey.
flattering.
Yes.
Oh no, that's no good. Okay, so I'm going to run after Josiah, and as I do, I'm going to attempt to charm this thing as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll
So-
to hit or roll to charm. How do you
Roll
know?
to
Wait, I'm
charm.
making
No,
I'm
it
making a
has to
saving
make
throw.
a wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
The DC is 13. Now it says you get advantage if we're fighting it, but I don't think we're fighting it just yet.
Also,
Right.
it might be if it's an elf, it has advantage on charm,
Right.
Oh yeah, true.
or if it's some weird creature.
Right.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. So you cast charm. What was it? Charm creature.
Charm person.
Charm person. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's nice. You've cast charm person. You've used your spell slot.
Yep.
Is that the rest of your turn? You got any other actions, bonus actions, movement?
I'm
Dialogue.
going to use bonus action to get as close to Josiah as I possibly can.
Okay, you can get right up underneath Josiah.
Okay, cool. So I'm just going to like follow along with him.
Right. If he falls, he's going to land on you right now.
That's cool. That's all right.
All right. That's the end of your turn then.
That's my turn.
Tricky Bob.
Hmm?
Tricky Bob, what are you going to do tonight?
How far? Wait, have I noticed the painting woman yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you have at this point.
How far away is she from me?
She is about 60 feet from you.
Okay, 60 feet. And have I noticed that Josiah is charmed?
You notice that Josiah is flying. You've not noticed that he's charmed.
Okay. Well, I will cast. Oh, but I have noticed that he's managing to keep himself up by the rope, right?
Josiah?
Yeah.
He is more than keeping himself up. He's flying.
Hey,
Oh,
what
but
was he trying to do with the rope?
yeah, I thought he
I
roped
was
himself.
stopping it from being dragged any further towards her.
But was that before you were charmed?
Yeah, but
Ah, oh.
but I haven't done anything else yet. So
So you're still floating towards her. You're not restrained by the rope.
I think the rope is uncoiling and it hasn't reached its restraint point yet.
Ah.
I cast hold person on Josiah then.
Okay.
Ah.
Hold person on Josiah. Huh.
Yes.
Interesting.
So he can't go towards her.
All
and
right.
he has to do wisdom saving throw.
Josiah, wisdom saving
Okay.
throw. And
Unless, what if he willingly lets me hold him?
he won't because he's
no, because I'm charmed.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
Hold
wisdom,
me.
wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
I got a 15.
15. What level is your spell?
Second, sorry.
Second level. Okay. You got a 15. Okay. Well, you can't. You're still charmed, but you can't move.
Oh, really?
So now
No,
you're charmed.
he failed. Sorry, he succeeded the wisdom.
He succeeded.
Oh,
the
he
wisdom?
succeeded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, right,
because I
right.
would have had
So
to
you're
fail against it. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So you're still charmed.
Yep.
He's still
That's what you
moving
said.
towards
And
her.
he's still moving towards her. Okay. Tricky. You got anything else?
No, I don't have anything else.
Gimbal.
Yo, all right. I'm edgy. I've seen him getting pulled towards her, but I told her to stop. She didn't. I'm shooting him.
Shooting. All right. Roll 2 hit.
Alrighty. First hit 12.
Does not hit.
Second hit
Medusa bow.
that one.
That one. Okay. You. This time you drop the bow. It slips out of your hands because you're not used to the handle.
All right. I'll start running toward. Well, then yeah, I'll start running towards her
Okay.
thing,
Dropping. Okay. The bow is on the ground, and you keep running.
and Dingle will fly in. Now
Dingle, roll to hit.
is it in range to hit or?
It is. It is
Okay, cool.
for Dingle. Yeah.
Ooh, crit.
Wow. Okay. Do your crit damage.
2d4 plus 6. 4 and a 3. Okay, 13 damage.
13 damage. 13 damage.
And that is me. So I've run towards, running towards her, thing.
All right. Very good, Gimbal. You're running. Josiah, you can make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay.
hang on. Wisdom. Is it wisdom saving throw? No, you're going to make it's a strength check.
A strength check. Okay. I got a 4.
A 4. Okay, you're still restrained.
Okay.
At this point, which means you can't move, but you can attack with ranged weapons if you so desire.
I can't attack anything because I'm charmed.
Oh, you're charmed as well.
Yeah.
That's also true. Okay, never mind. In which case, it's pulled you up to within 5 feet of it. Now you need to make a wisdom saving throw, Josiah.
Okay. I got a 3.
Right.
Oh
You,
gosh.
Josiah,
Yes.
you are on the one hand unconscious
Oh.
from a massive psychic blast that does 34 points of psychic
Right.
damage.
Yep.
Wow.
You have become memory drained until you finish a long or a short rest. That's even if you recover your back to
Yep. How much was that damage, sir?
34 points.
Damn.
So yeah.
Okay.
While
what is
memory, while
yeah.
your memory drained, you must make roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from any ability check or attack roll that you make each time the target. No, that's fine. Right.
Damn.
Very good. And
Oh.
at that point, as Josiah falls unconscious, it drops him to the ground, and you see that the woman there with the sword steps forward, and as she does, she goes and turns into Josiah.
Oh, cool.
Gross.
At that point, Hank, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, Hank is officially spooked by this woman thing.
You're going to make a perception check for me, please.
Sure. That's a 6.
A 6. All right, never mind. What are you going to do, Hank?
All right. So I'm going to. I was going to use my staff of wind, but I'm not going to use that anymore. I'm just going to see if I can find some cover.
Okay, there is cover. Sure.
There's some cover.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna get behind cover. And should I try and hide? Or should I throw out the short bow? I'm going to throw a short bow.
All right, roll to hit.
Yeah. Fuck. Damn, that's 10.
Does not hit. Your arrow goes wild, unfortunately. Do you have anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, Tricky Bob, your turn.
Okay, so I will try to use Toll the Dead on the
New
Josiah.
Josiah?
Yeah, new Josiah, I guess. So it's a
Alright.
wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw is coming up. Fail.
Yay. It hasn't taken damage yet, has
It has taken damage a little bit.
Oh, really?
Oh, the pro, yeah.
Yeah, neat. Only does 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. Noted. Is that the end of your turn, Tricky Bob?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Oh, what? But what's wrong with you? You're not dead.
Fine.
Okay, no, okay. Can I quickly cast? Can I quickly cast Healing Word as a bonus action to Josiah?
Did you cast Toll the Dead?
Yeah.
Was that was a first level spell?
Yeah. Oh, it's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. Okay, yes, then you can.
Yay. 5 HP and a reaction if he can do anything.
All right.
Oh,
Josiah, you get a reaction.
oh, thank God.
Wake
How
up.
do elves handle memory loss?
How do elves handle memory loss? In what way?
Well, they've got that like partial immunity to like being charmed.
Right.
So
Right.
does it? Hang on.
Well,
What else?
to be fair, Gimble's even more complicated because he's got shit in his brain.
Right. Okay. And I haven't
So-
been anyway, so it's his problem.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
All right,
thinking that there's a battle between the illithid tadpole and the whatever
Oh,
this
yeah.
is.
Do you reckon maybe she accidentally gets the tadpole? This is the tadpole's brain at some point. Yeah, like she
that's a
charms
cool
the tadpole's brain. Yeah.
Good story, Hank.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna slash at her anyway.
All right,
with-
roll to
Yeah.
hit. She's up on your face, so
Yeah,
well, no,
Oh.
she is you, Josiah. You woke
Oh.
up and you
Oh,
looked
yeah.
at yourself.
and I'm just screaming. Ah,
Yeah, that's gonna be
that's
a
22
job.
to hit.
22 hits.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can make a perception check to Josiah after that.
To be
Okay,
fair,
that's
does he remember what he looks like?
7 damage.
seven damage. Oh, actually, no. Well, that wasn't a 22. That was a I need to roll what D4 did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a 19.
Still hits.
Okay, cool. Then before that was, what was the damage roll?
I think it was 6. I recorded it. Well, 7.
Okay.
7, I think.
It was a 7.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I don't have advantage. Hang on, let me just check my rakish audacity.
Good name for a move.
Yeah. You don't need advantage to use your sneak attack against a creature if I'm within 5 feet. No other creatures are within 5 feet of me. Okay, yay.
Yes,
Because she wasn't expecting me to come back to life and attack her while screaming
yeah. Right.
and having an existential crisis.
All right. Give us your
Yeah.
sneak attack damage.
Yeah, sneak attack.
And then roll
That's
your
pretty good.
perception.
Yep. Sneak attack was an 11
11. Okay,
on
cool.
top of 17. So that's 26. No,
Yeah.
no, 16.
6.
18.
That sounds
18.
right. That sounds
Big
right.
math.
All right. Perception check.
Yep. Sorry.
You will be sorry.
And an 8 perception.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
So that was your reaction.
Yep.
Based off of Tricky Bob's
Healing. Yeah, so it's Tricky Bob's turn. Oh, just finishing Tricky's.
She's
Oh,
done
yes,
she's done
yeah.
her heal, and that's the end of her turn. And you've had your reaction. It's Gimble's turn.
Alrighty. So Josiah got he blew up, or did he go flying back? What was the animation when he got taken out?
When he got taken out, he dropped to the floor.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I think
From-
my wires are going to start getting crossed at this point, and so I'm going to keep running forward, pull out my shield, and shout "Jojo!" and start slashing at this thing with my
Oh.
sword.
Very good. You can do that. You can make a perception check as you move.
Sure. Well, we can ignore that roll then. 17.
As you're moving forward, you notice that from the back of this new Josiah that you're standing and racing towards, there are these tendrils of sticky black, inky darkness from his back of his head all the way down his back, that reach out behind him into the woods, into the trees, into the darkness.
Always with the
Okay,
damn
well,
tentacles.
I will run. I will dodge.
You think you see something big and gelatinous and hulking.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna run back. I'm gonna run back towards that thing.
So you go past the Josiah.
Yes, but past both Josiahs.
All right, past both Josiahs. Okay,
And 17 to hit.
that's a hit.
Oh, cool. 9 damage.
9 damage. All right,
And
very good.
second hit.
Very good.
9 to hit.
9 to hit does not hit.
Okay. And what did it feel like when
It
I
felt
made
like
contact?
it felt like striking goo.
Ah. Okay. Gross. I'll have Dingle attack the other Josiah. Evil Josiah. Evil Josiah that isn't with us.
All right, roll to hit.
13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Damn. Okay.
End of your turn.
Yep, that's me.
Josiah, it's your actual turn now.
Okay, first thing I do is second wind. Now, how does memory loss affect second wind?
I don't think it does affect second.
Oh,
wind.
thank God. That's 10 plus 2. Nice, 12.
All right. Now, what you do need to think about is what you've lost in terms of your memories, and your list of descriptions about your death saving throws.
Yep.
They might be a useful place to start.
All right, I'll consider that as I guess I would come out of this in somewhat of a fugue state with that memory blast.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna continue relentlessly attacking.
All right.
So that's 23 minus 1d4, which is a 1, so 22 to hit.
Hits.
That's 8 damage, and then another sneak attack. Although that thing that's behind it, is it technically the same thing?
Technically, it is the same thing.
Okay, good. Then I can continue to use a sneak attack. And that's 12.
12 damage?
12 on the sneak attack.
Oh, 12 to hit or 12 damage? Right, 12 damage.
No,
okay, so you did a total of 20 damage there.
There you go. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. Very good. That's your turn, Josiah, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. At that point, from behind the Josiah that you're standing in front of, comes this massive tentacle pseudopod and belts you with an attempt to, at least anyway. The first attack misses you entirely and smashes the tree stump next to you. Its second attack, however, is a 23 to hit.
Yep.
It does, on the one hand, 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Down he goes again.
On the other hand, another 5 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
In any case, it doesn't matter, because if you're unconscious, you're unconscious. So.
I'm unconscious again.
Are you more than half?
No, I'm good.
All right. Very good. Hank, it's your turn.
All right.
Just so we're aware, Josiah got unconscious again.
Yeah.
He just got smashed by 2 big pseudopods.
How far are you? Are you still, you're not floating, but you're like, how?
He's on the ground. Josiah is now on the ground right in front of the Josiah.
Oh, okay.
That's in front of the amorphous mass of black gooey material behind it in the shadows. That is attached to the Josiah by strands of goo.
Ooh. Okay. So from where Hank is hiding in cover, Hank would like to take a shot with a short bow. And do I get a sneak attack because Gimbal is engaging it?
Yep.
Sweet. All right, so let's do that. So the first hit is 21.
21 is a hit.
Is a hit. All right, so that is 1d6, 3d6 actually, plus, who's my other d6? Here we go. 3d6 plus 4. Okay, so 4 is 8, plus 4 is 12.
I'm sorry?
12 damage.
12 damage.
12 damage.
All right, 12.
And I will attempt to hide.
Okay, roll your stealth, please.
17.
17. A 17. That was 17 to hit, was it?
No, 17 stealth.
So stealth. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
That's all right.
Cool. Sorry, brain got distracted. Very good. That's the end of your turn then, Hank, yeah?
That's it. Yep.
Tricky Bob.
I ran up to the conked out Josiah and I use Cure Wounds on him.
What?
And he gets back 11. 11 HP.
11 HP, okay.
And he gets a reaction as well.
And he gets a reaction. Josiah, you leap to your feet with a reaction.
Yeah, he does.
Reminds me of that part in the IT crowd where he just keeps getting up. It's like the guy, like, he gets knocked down.
I
He
didn't
gets
hear.
knocked down again.
I didn't hear no bell.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
Okay, that is a 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Then no need to minus anything. That's my reaction.
That's your action. Okay. Gimbal, it is your turn.
Slash away at weird. Like as I get closer, can I see what this thing looks like, or does it still just look like a weird kind of blob thing?
It looks like a blob of amorphous black jelly. About 12 feet tall and about 12 feet wide at the base, with
Holy shit.
Streaming bits of goo that stream off it to the Josiah, who incidentally transforms into Hank.
Oh, man.
I think the actual Josiah.
Oh, it's even worse.
I'll keep swinging then.
Roll to hit. Which part of it are you attacking?
Whatever's in front of me, essentially. So I guess just like the jelly.
The
gooiness.
Jelly goo. Okay,
So
cool.
6, 9. That one. That's rubbish. And 14 to hit.
14 to hit does not hit, but you hear in your voice, "You are making a mistake."
Who's that? Okay. Who said that? And then Digger will attack the the doppelganger thing.
Very good, Dingle. Go. Roll a hit.
14.
14 does not hit, sadly.
Okay. That's me.
It's you, Josiah. It's your actual turn now.
I think Josiah's just still just going primal. So roll to attack. A natural 20, but I'll minus a so that's 27 all up. So I imagine no matter what I do, I'm still getting that hit.
That is a natural 20.
Yeah.
That is a natural 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
crit,
that's a 13 dice on the initial attack.
Yeah. Did you roll crit dice on that?
Yep. 13 plus 4, so 17 damage.
Did you roll crit dice on the sneak attack?
You don't roll crit on the sneak attack. Do you?
Yeah, you do.
How do you do that?
You can
double
roll
them.
Right click it or roll it twice.
Oh, okay.
I have a whole video on this. So.
Well, it's weird because it gives you the initial crit damage on your first roll.
Not
and then,
for sneak.
Yeah, but not for sneak.
Yeah,
so,
they're separated.
Yeah. Let me separate. Oh my god, that's a lot of dice. Let's say disregard that because that was a 14 on top of whatever the initial one was.
Okay, well, can you give me the total?
Yeah, I'll give you the total. Let me load up the log. So the first one was 13, next one was 14, so 27.
27 damage. Wow. Okay. Josiah, you cut down the Hank. And it kind of just goes and kind of begins to dissolve into a amorphous goo on the ground. But as it does that, the pseudopods start flipping back out of it again, and they're going to attack you. Is that the end of your turn?
You know what? I can take a bonus action at this point, and I will attack the thing behind it, I guess.
Okay.
Because I'm going crazy, man.
What with? What are you attacking with?
In a pen, in a bar. So.
How are you using that as a bonus action?
I've got action surge.
I see.
Yep, and that's another crit.
27. Oh my
god.
Okay. Roll crit damage, please.
Okay, so that's initially. Oh man, that's pretty good. So that's 14 on the normal damage. And then
20
on the sneak attack. Oh my goodness. So let's have a look at that in the log because I didn't
40.
get it. Is it?
It says 40.
Oh wow, 40. Wow, 40 damage.
40 damage. Okay,
Yeah.
well, Josiah, you slash it down and it turns into a bubbling amorphous goo that sort of starts to doesn't slither off. It seems to be kind of inert now. It goes still.
You know, in Evangelion when like Shinji goes like super autistic rage. Yeah, that's
Right.
what
That's what Josiah
Josiah's doing right now, just screaming as he's like cutting it into ribbons.
Right.
It was because it looked like Josiah for sure.
It's like getting a 10-foot tall pile of jelly and taking to it with a sword. You know, whole sections of it slide off and splatter all over the place. It's gross, but
and he's not stopping. He's still going. He's
right.
just
And
like,
as you're cutting through it, you're feeling that there are things inside it that are kind of moving around as well. Like parts of it are transformed. It's not just jelly; it's that on the outside, but it seems to be able to magically transform in and out of that state. In any case, you destroy it, and it finally dissolves and slithers into the ground in goo form.
And then Josiah just kind of collapses to his hands and knees, and he's kind of like sobbing a little bit. It was a really difficult experience for him.
Right. Now, what level are you guys?
5.
5.
How do you feel about level 6?
I wouldn't say no to it.
I wouldn't say no to it either.
Excellent.
Well, you've got 8 minutes to do your leveling, and while we do that, we can talk about what else you discover on this mosaic.
Oh, is it manage?
Can I walk around? Yeah, can I still hear that voice in my head?
No, it's
hello?
gone. It's gone now, Gimbal.
Okay.
It stopped. In fact, it stopped the minute Josiah just went nuts on the creature. By the way, you just killed an elder oblex.
An elder oblex.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Well, for your information, it's a challenge rating 10 creature, and I didn't hold back.
No, you
shit.
took to me. I tell you what. I think if it wasn't for those double crits,
with the magic weapon as well.
Oh, and Josiah, you are going to be still under that thing until somebody casts some sort of restoration on you, or you get a long rest.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm gonna have a look to see what memories he'll be without.
Okay.
Damn! Look at that thing. Cool.
Get anything new on level 6?
You're lucky you did so much damage
Oh,
so
no, I
quickly.
do.
Really.
Yeah, that 40 crit is amazing.
That was one turn.
That was
as well,
incredible.
but-
Yeah,
I think that's the highest damage
That was
we've done
double
so
crit.
far.
Sorry, yeah.
It might be the single highest damage attack
Oh.
ever rolled in this game so far.
I thought it was very cinematic because I felt like in that situation he just couldn't do anything but continue to just full on like Spurg.
You did
think
cut down Hank.
I get the feeling that you went wading into it, like actually inside it. Like you had to cut your way through it, and it was kind of surrounding you at that point. I don't know.
What was that, Gimbal? Did you say?
Well, the thing transformed into Hank last, so he just
that's
ripped
true,
you
yeah.
apart.
Yeah. It was particular frustration at Hank.
That was the last straw.
Yeah.
All right, well done.
That was a really nice jacket.
So, okay, I'm going to give you some general notes about what else you learn around the room as you moved around and as you're here. Other thoughts? In the images, you see this room. In the center of the room was once a healing pool, you suspect, because you're seeing the damage that was done to various warriors being restored to them by Stormazin's grace thousands of years ago. From the center of this room, which was once a healing pool, that water seems to have evaporated or gone. Other lore that you pick up is that Unglamor, or however you want to say it, daughter known only, she's only known to Sidaria. Like none of the other D&D worlds include this character. She's made up for this world. She's born to Hatia, or however you want to call her, Hatia, after an attack by Memnor, who killed. Hang on. Right, Memnor killed her sister, and she joined Memnor despite her sister being killed. This is Unglamor. So she lost a sister to her father, weirdly enough. she assisted him with this order, but yeah, there's that whole section that's missing. Oh, you find a family tree amongst other things here, which it has Haitia's. How do you say it? Do you guys have any clues on that?
No idea.
Haitia, Haitia's family tree. And you see that you managed to work out that Haitia must be the mother because there are names scrubbed out among the daughters of Haitia.
So Haitia.
Yeah.
Like like if you say it phonetically like the Spanish do, you know, Haitia or Haitia.
Haitia? Yeah, Haitia.
Yeah.
That might be Haitia.
Yeah.
I like it.
That sounds very Maori.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
What else do you find?
So, Russ, just quickly,
Yeah.
would you consider the entire area that we're in as
Difficult terrain, yes.
as as for natural so my perks this level are ranger based, like more. I'm going to say I now favored enemy can be monstrosities, seeing as we fought a few of those. But it gives me another language, so deep speech.
Still undead.
What about the terrain that we live in? Is that Arctic, mountain, or
the general terrain of like the Frostmoors? We could call that Arctic.
Yes, good, cool. I now have something useful. That's nice.
Yeah, cool. Everywhere you around here, you're seeing in giant the words "the Jotun blood." Maria, your character, written in the giant language is the word Jotun blood all over the place, and you get the impression that that's the name that the giants call their own bloodline, their own family, their own. It's just a word for all of the giants, Jotun blood. And they heap a lot of praise to Iolannis. Okay. And that's pretty much what we've got for today without getting into more fucking encounters, basically. So yeah, how are you guys? We good?
Good.
Yeah, I'm good as. Stoked I'm leveling up. I'm just reading all of my options. I was thinking, like, I thought I'd made up my mind, but now I'm re-looking at everything.
You have real stuff. I'm done.
I gotta pick my maneuvers. Ooh.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
All right, because you guys, what's it called?
I got to choose
Multi-class.
my multi-class.
So
exactly.
more of a big
So
deal
we're
for
on
you two.
second level, basically.
Yeah.
I'm on third with fighter now, so I get
third.
my archetype.
Wow,
that's right. You multi-classed earlier, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I get to choose my specialization.
Nothing tricky. New spells, more slots.
I get the thing where I can use I cast a spell that takes one action as a bonus action 2 times per long rest. That's about it.
That's all right.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and probably more hit points and more healing.
Oh yeah,
maybe
more hit points definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could heal as well. I can use rally. Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, I'm going to be sitting here for a while trying to figure this
Yeah,
out.
I think so too.
Well, I'm going to let you guys all go then. I'll love you and leave you.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay.
Good effort, Russell. Thank you for pushing through.
No worries. I hope you're still enjoying.
Or holding on, shall we say?
Hope you can see the structure of the dungeon emerging.
Yeah.
Cool. You're not just here going, "What's this trial? Oh my god!"
I'm still doing that. But
we're still doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got this. All right. Well, we need to look for treasure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, we can do that next session, right? Yeah.
For sure.
We'll look for treasure next session.
Yeah.
We'll start.
All right.
We'll pick up where we left off.
Love you and leave you, fellas. What a
All
great game.
right.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Ciao, ciao.
See you
Bye.
next time.
Over now.